Coach defense. Spirit of achievement.
Starting with Emily Correa, the senior, captain, UCA All-American, daughter of Francisco and Carlos Rodriguez. Miranda Wimmer, senior, co-captain, daughter of Justin and Lacey Wimmer. Mariah Cardona, sophomore, daughter of Maria and Maria Cardona. Brandy Drake, junior, UCA All-American, daughter of Shanika Morrison. Brittany Drake, sophomore, daughter of Shanika Morrison. Ashley Driska, sophomore, daughter of Alushka Driska and Kenny Driska. Dixie Lasher, junior, UCA All-American, daughter of Jason and Christy Lasher. Emily Moen, sophomore, daughter of Ang Louie and Rahai Suwan. Sydney Vossian, senior, daughter of Brandy and Joya Vossian. Kaylee White, sophomore, daughter of Fanny Oges and Timothy White. And Kayla Whitmire, senior, daughter of Kelly and Wayne Whitmire.
At Standards Home Health, they believe that you deserve compassionate, honest, and reliable care from only the finest healthcare professionals. Call the professionals at Standards Home Health to find out more about home health services. You have a choice when it comes to choosing a home health provider. Choose the provider that has raised the standards in home health care across the state of Texas. Standards Home Health and Hospice. 1-888-671-7007. 1-888-671-7007.
Hi, I'm Jason Donach with EDCO Development. At EDCO Development, we want to help you plan for the future. If you have plans for a new office space, residential construction, or a total remodel, EDCO Development is ready to give you a free estimate to help you make plans for that future project now. EDCO Development provides complete commercial and residential construction and roofing. So give us a call first at 254-697-2186. 697-2186. EDCO Development. Let's see what we can do tonight.
Welcome back here on the pregame show, live from the press box at Yoe Field here tonight, here on KLIL 105 on the Ranch. As we continue here this evening, it is homecoming night. The Yeomen come into the night tournament, but they did have to take a week off last week because of the COVID-19 concerns. In fact, Kenny, as we bring you aboard here, the team is still sort of dealing with the remnant. So, handful of players are still out for quarantine. I mean, this isn't going to go away, is it?
You know, it's something that unfortunately we're going to have to deal with tonight as we break in a few new starters, because a couple of regulars are still out due to the quarantine because of the close contact guidelines. I don't know that we have any players that are still positive COVID, but it's that close quarantine or close contact thing that, you know, is longer sit-out period than the actual if you have it. But I'm confident that Coach Bashir and his staff have got everyone ready to go.
Well, the team had to stop preparations in the middle of last week, and then, of course, the game was canceled. So, tough for a team to kind of get back in the saddle, so to speak. Or does that make you more hungry to play?
I don't know. I don't think that it makes you more hungry or whatever. I mean, players want to play. I mean, that's what they want to do. That's why they play the game. You know, so I don't think it really has that much effect on us one way or another right now.
So. You and I have talked about this, on off the air. The idea of not playing is kind of like non-existent from this point forward. I mean, we're in district play now, and as you and I have learned, district rules say that if you can't play, you forfeit.
Yeah, I mean that's what the district rule is from here on out. If you don't play, unless I think if it's something where the entire school district is shut down from like an outside agency or something like that, then it's a forfeit. So you better make sure that not only are you preparing your backup, but you're preparing your backups to your backup, your third and fourth teamers.
All right, so tonight's opponent, Oakwood District of Caldwell Hornets. The Hornets, of course, held by second-year coach Matt Langley, but typically when you see the term second-year coach, you don't also expect them to be breaking in a offense, which is exactly what they're doing. So what do you make of that?
Yeah, it's definitely a little odd in my opinion. However, I think, it may have been a situation, I really don't know, where after year one he looked at his personnel and decided, it was in the best interest of his team to make a move. I can remember back to in the early 2000s when I was still coaching, we'd always been a I formation team. I mean, we ran the snot out of the ball. We always had some very prolific running backs, some guys that, were used to carrying the ball a lot. And then suddenly, all of a sudden, one year, we didn't have that guy anymore, the guy that could carry the ball 35 times a game. But we had some faster, smaller guys that could run and could catch the ball and make some plays in space. So we shifted to the spread offense. That may be the reason for the change there in Caldwell. I don't really know their personnel, it may have had something to do with, they didn't feel like they had the personnel for that, or maybe they had some coaching changes, other than the head coach that felt more comfortable with the slot team.
I was talking to Coach Tommy Brashear this morning for Cameron. He called Caldwell's program sort of as being in transition. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think, anytime you're making some major changes in philosophy, like installing the slot T, that's definitely going to take some time to transition to.
Yeah, you've seen several coaching changes. Like, the transition is a perfect word.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's, probably the best way to describe it at this point.
Yeah, I feel like the pieces are there for Caldwell. You can look across the field or when they were warming up and see, they've got size. They've got what looks like an athlete, right?
Oh yeah, definitely. They've got some really good-looking kids out there, some great athletes, and so they're going to put those guys in position to help them win. And that's what any coach is going to do, and that's what they're going to do, tonight and the rest of their season.
All right, well, Caldwell comes in, as we said, installing a brand-new offense in Langley's second year. It's the slot T. So Cameron, of course, has seen this offense almost, exclusively here, it feels like, this year. So advantage, Joe?
Yeah, I think pretty much. Mahia and Franklin were pretty much straight slot T philosophy teams. And Belleville, of course, while they aren't really your normal slot T team because they'll get in the shotgun some and spread it out some and throw the ball about twice as much as a typical slot T team does. They run it with more precision than just about anyone I've ever seen outside of maybe Liberty Hill a few years ago. So I would say that since it is what, we've seen that for 3 straight games, it's definitely an advantage for our Yeomen this evening.
Let's hear what Coach Tommy Brashear had to say about it.
Yeah, they're about 70% run and 30% pass. Now, most slot Ts don't really want to have to pass the ball. They've kind of gotten situations where they've gotten behind in games, and so they've thrown the ball a little bit more than your average. I think if it was up to them, they wouldn't throw it much at all. They would just run it. But they've gotten, teams they've played have done a good job of putting them in second and longs, and that's what you want to do to a slot T team, because then you make them have to pass it, which is not what they're usually, it's not a strength of theirs typically. Key players for them, number 33, tight end, Durgosh. We used to have Durgosh around here. Blaine, pretty good player for us back in the day, but I'm not sure how they're related. But number 62, offensive tackle, last name Tittle, probably their best O lineman. Number 15 is their slot, kind of running back. He's in the slot of the nasty slot of the slot T offense. Got a lot of speed to him. Looks like their fastest kid on the team. Number 20, wide receiver Burris. They love to throw it up to him on fade routes and deep vertical routes, things like that. And he goes up and gets a lot of them. Had a nice catch in the end zone last week against Giddings that he went up and got. So that's a guy we got to be aware of, especially in the passing game. But they've got some weapons. Those guys will be back there in return game too. I guess we'll talk about that in a minute. But they've got some weapons you got to be aware of. They've got some skilled kids. I think one of their issues has been turnovers. They've been turning the ball over a lot this year so far. But if they get that stuff cleaned up and get a little better here and there, they could be a team to worry about. But they are definitely in transition right now, learning that offense.
Well, the Hornets on defense will be bringing a defense that seems ahead of the offense and brings the most experience back. Here's Tommy's scouting report on the Hornets D.
Yeah, defensively, they're they look a little better on defense than they do on offense. Even though Giddings did score a lot of points on them last week, Giddings is very good on the O-line, D-line, and they won that battle big time last week against Caldwell, and hopefully we can do the same tonight. But they run a 3-3 stack defense, 3 down linemen and 3 linebackers. They mix up their coverages behind it. You'll see some cover 3 behind it with your corners and 1 safety deep, and then you'll see some cover 4 behind it as well, where you're both corners and then 2 safeties kind of deep. And then they'll run some cover 2 also, and that's where the corners come up and kind of play tight on your outside receivers, and they've kind of got the flats, and they have 2 deep safety. So they mix up their looks a little bit back there. Like to bring stunts, twist stunts with their inside linemen. Well, they'll line up in A gap, and they'll twist them around to C gap, and bring linebackers in through A or B or off the edge, off C and C gap, and things like that. So they do a lot of stuff that you have to be prepared for. Coach Marek and Coach Zeinert do a great job with teaching our O-linemen and our running backs protection. But that'll be a big key tonight: protection in the pass game and picking up those stunts, and stuff like that. So, but it's a our guys got to communicate well, with all that up front. Our O-line's been doing a good job of that. They've been kind of coming together as a unit. It's been fun to kind of watch. They've been getting better each week. So, we plan on this being another week where we get better. It'd be a great week for us to get better and communicate well. Key players, number 3. Plays safety for him. His last name's Johnson. Really good athlete back there in the back. In fact, I didn't mention him on offense, but they sometimes will bring him in on offense. Number 3, he's kind of their wildcat quarterback. They did that last week against Giddings to try and get some offense rolling and stuff, and like running with him. Number 20, cornerback, last name Burns. He's also that wide receiver we talked about. They like to throw it up to another really good athlete for him back there in the secondary. Number 51 is probably their best defensive lineman. Is DN, last name Farrington. Very physical, physical type player there at the DN. That'll be a matchup for us tonight that we got to keep an eye on. Are we going to be able to handle him? And then number 15, the outside linebacker Davis, I'd probably consider him their best linebacker of the 3 guys there. So they got some talent. They're a little better on the defensive side, in my opinion, than they are on the offensive side right now. But it'll be a good little matchup for us tonight.
All right, so that is a scouting report on Caldwell, both offensively and defensively. Right now, as we get ready to near kickoff here in a couple of minutes, let's get to some keys to the game. This is brought to you by Mark Burns Laywell Funeral Home, serving Central Texas families since 1908. Kenny, what you got? Keys to the game.
My first one, Brett, is I think we got to shake off the rust and the dust from not getting to play last week. Football players and coaches are creatures of habit, and so not getting to play last week hurts us just a little bit there. It kept us from getting a week better. So we got to get out there and get after it and get loose from the start. And then on the offensive side, I think we got to remain balanced, take what they give us and then make them adjust to what they try to take away after their adjustments, and then hit them with the other thing. And then on the defensive side, we got to take away their ground game. That's what slot T's want to do. So if we can force them into doing something they're uncomfortable with, make them throw the ball, and then we can go after it and go get it.
All right, I believe we are nearing the national anthem. We'll bring you that here, and then we will be nearing our opening kickoff here in the coin toss. All right, now here comes our national anthem from the Yoe High School Band. There's the Yoe High School Band bringing you the national anthem. Might help if I turn the mic on, right, guys?
Oh, for sure.
All right, we got kickoff coming up. First, we got to have a coin toss, and we'll get to that here in just a moment. By the way, I want to thank you to each and every one of you who are tuned in here this evening, not only on the radio, but also, of course, on the internet at KMIL.com. And for those of you also that, of course, are watching this game along with our audio feed through whatever means necessary, KMIL.com, or also SportPicksUSA.net. Of course, happy to have Kelvin Calvin's group aboard once again and bringing you wonderful picture quality that we cannot provide.
Yeah, if there's any of our listeners that are just listening on the radio that aren't actually watching the video feed tied in with the radio, and the video feed is phenomenal that he's got going on.
Let's run into our game day captains for the Omen: Hunter Hucks, Trenton Nix, and Garfield England. The senior game day captains, Vargas Perez.
52, Efren Coronado.
Okay, so coin toss coming up here. Tonight's coin flip brought to you by Juana's Mexican Restaurant in Cameron. And so the coin toss shows the Yeomen have won and will elect to defer until the second half. That means Caldwell will get the football first. While we're here waiting for our opening kickoff, let's get to our starting lineup. Sponsored by Barrel Bump Smokers, specializing in customized, ugly drum-style smokers. You can find them on Facebook to get more information. That's Barrel Bump Smokers. Offensively for the Yeomen, what wide receivers will be Farrell Hemphill, Zachorian Spikes, Jaden Sanchez, and Kaysen Goolsby. On the offensive line, Colby Carranza, Trenton Nix, Hunter Hucks, Garfield England, and Colby Arney. The quarterback is Zane Zeinert, and the tailback is Fabian Bynum. On the defense, on the line, 5 technique, Eduardo Gil. Jacoby Bailey, nice to see him back. 4 technique, Trenton Nix. The linebackers are Dominic Krangel, Angel Martinez, Solomon, and Zane Zeinert. The cornerbacks, Iverson Brazil and Farrell Hemphill, Randy Flores, and Jaden Sanchez.
Unless you're eating or drinking.
If you notice there, Brett, something we've had to do this week because we were missing a couple players is we have our quarterback playing on the defensive side of the ball too, which is something very different for us here in Cameron. We haven't done that here in a long, long time.
So here we go. We are ready for our opening kick and ready for the start of district play here tonight. Cameron taking on Caldwell. Important to have the first one out of the way. Our opening kickoff coming up here. This is brought to you by A&R Cattle Company in Burlington. The Yeomen set to kick away here at Yoe Field as the sun is setting, casting beautiful glow off to the left side of our stadium here. Instead, here's a short pooch kick. That's going to bounce at the 35 and then will be corralled by...
Yeah, absolutely. Probably the best execution of the pooch kick that I've seen us do all season long. We got a bounce there, and we weren't far off from being able to recover that thing.
That was close, and that's that's sort of like the Dallas Cowboys play right now, isn't it?
Right, yeah. You don't want to be the Atlanta Falcons and get up 20 on somebody.
By the way, tonight's first quarter brought to you by Rafter P Trucking. Caldwell comes out in that slot T with 1 wide receiver off to the left. They're moving left to right, and first is going to be a handoff right off the right side, and they'll pick up a couple of 3 yards there.
Ooh, and Fabian Solomon met him right in the hole and stuck him right on his back, too.
That'll make a 2nd down and 7 coming up for the Hornets. 11:42 on the clock here in the first quarter, brought to you by Rafter P Trucking. Caldwell from the 38-yard line on 2nd and 7. And the pistol formation this time, which is unusual for a slot T. Quarterback just a couple of steps back. Now got a pitch to his left and lead block, and they're going to run around that left side and finally be stood up at about the 41-yard line.
Yeah, like you said, just kind of a little sweep over the left-hand side of the offense there. And the linebackers did a great job of skating out there, as did Keyshawn Johnson from his defensive tackle.
Inside of just about 11 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still scoreless. 3rd down and short coming up for Caldwell, which is where you want to be. 3rd and 4 from a slot T.
Yeah, this is kind of what they're, that type of offense is built upon.
So, Faking a handoff here, looking to throw, lets one go. This is going to be a high arcing throw. That is going to be caught at the 30-yard line by Caldwell, and he will go down. That's a huge gain on the pass play.
And Jaden Sanchez had pretty good coverage on that right there. The receiver just, unfortunately, he's got several inches on him there. The got the wrong. Zach Heaton there. He's got a couple of inches on him there and just went up and was able to get it before Jaden could get there.
So a first down pass that was caught by Zach Heaton. And now it's 1st and 10 from the Yoe 30-yard line. 10 minutes, 20 seconds to go here in the first quarter. Going to be a handoff around the left side. Lorking his way around, but he is only going to pick up short yardage, maybe a yard.
Yeah, I'm trying to see which one of our yeomen it was there. Number 52, Trenton Nix. That's what I thought. Yeah, Trenton Nix really put a good lick on him there.
That was Jamar Hewitt on the carry, the junior tailback. 2nd down and 9. Inside of 10 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still scoreless. Caldwell with a long pass play has them in Yoe territory from the 29 of Cameron. At far hash mark, moving left to right on the radio dial. Again in the pistol formation. Handoff to the fullback, and he is going to fight his way forward for a yard. Make that 2.
Yeah, kind of trying to run the trap play against us right there up the middle. But the Yoe defensive line doing a good job of clogging up the center of that slot T offense so far.
Inside 9.5 minutes left. A 3rd and 7 coming up. And if you're the Yoe defense, that's exactly where you slot T offense. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, you know, this is just not what that team is built for. We got timeout on the field here. Looks like some official timeout, maybe.
They're sending somebody off.
Yeah, Fabian Solomon.
Now they're having to run someone on real quick.
Yeah, the official's going to make sure we get to make our substitutions since they forced our guy off the field. I'm not sure what was going on there, or the reason for the substitution requirement.
So it will be 3rd and 7. And now the clock will start, and it's going to be a handoff to the left side. That is for Hewitt, and he's going to pick up nice yardage, but be short of a first down.
But I would think that this would be the type of area on the field, and with their offense, that they're going to go for it here, and that's what it looks like they are going to do.
They are lining up, and again, from a pistol formation. They got 2 receivers off to the left side.
They're actually in a tackle over, or an end over situation, too.
On 4th and 2, handoff, and he's got it off up to the 19-yard line.
Yeah, they've got their formation set really heavy with an end over, where they don't even have an eligible receiver on our side of the field here.
So 1st and 10 on the far hash mark for Caldwell. Inside 8.5 minutes to go in the first quarter from Rafter P. Trucking. Right now in the huddle, the Hornets now coming out. A single receiver to the right side. One off to the left. And a quarterback going to keep. This is the Wildcat, actually. That's a new quarterback because he's going to take it himself. Up excellent yardage up across the 10-yard line to the up to 7, it looks like.
Yeah, he kind of spun all the way around, kind of what like we used to just call crazy option, but pitch back. So it was definitely a designed run for him all the way.
Quarterback who lined up at wide receiver wide to the right, and number 7, Zach Heaton, was the one who took the carry on the Wildcat there. Inside of 8 minutes to go. 1st and goal for Caldwell. Ball to 7-yard line. 2 receivers to the right this time. Quarterback hands off, coming up around the right side, but finding little running room. Got to the just shy of the 5, about the 5.5.
Yeah, right. It looks like it's right on where the ball's sitting there. Just kind of an off-tackle veer play there, and the Yoe defensive line again doing a good job of limiting the yardage they're getting, but just haven't been able to stop them dead in their tracks yet.
Still scoreless in this one in the early going. District opener between these two. A 2nd and goal from the 5-yard line coming up. One receiver goes wide to the left. There's a 2nd in the slot. Now a quarterback going to keep it. This is going to be A keeper around the left side, and he will force his way in. Heaton on the keeper in the Wildcat, and the Hornets will strike first in this ball game.
I think that's actually number 3, that Dontavian Johnson that's come in at their Wildcat quarterback on that play again. There was kind of that same play that they ran a minute ago, just ran it to the other direction.
So the Hornets have struck first, 6-0 with 6:58 on the clock here in the first quarter. Here's the extra point attempt, and that will go up and through, and the Hornets lead it 7-0 here at Yoe Field with just under 7 minutes to go in the Rafter P Trucking first quarter. You're listening to Yoe Football on 105 on the Ranch.
With more than 100 years of serving Central Texas, Buckholz State Bank is all about you, the customer. Banking with a personal touch. That's what Buckholz Bank does best. At Buckholz State Bank, you're not just a number. Discover the difference. Stop in at any of their 3 locations and visit with a personal banker about becoming a valued customer. Because we care. Buckholz State Bank in Buckholz, Cameron Branch Buckholz State Bank, and Rogers Bank. Member FDIC.
Back here in the first quarter, brought to you by Rafter P Trucking. Yoe find themselves in a hole, 7-0. 6:58 on the clock here. Caldwell set to kick off to the Cameron Yoe.
Be interesting to see if they kick deep to our outstanding return men, Zachorian Spikes and Pharrell Hemphill.
2 deep for Cameron. One standing about the 18-yard line, the other at about the 15.
I'd be willing to bet that they don't send it deep here, but you just never know.
And that's been one of their strong suits, I believe, is what Tommy had said this morning. Yoe find themselves trailing 7-0. Interesting kick formation, though. And it's going to be a short pooch kick. Yoe are going to have to come up and get it, and they will pick it off the ground. Now making a run around the left side and across midfield, the 50, the 40, and he will be pushed out of bounds. And that was a heads-up play, making the run around there as Jaden Sanchez on the return.
Yeah, they went with the pooch kick there, just kind of kicked it almost kind of to the center of the field, and Jaden wisely played it off the bounce and just got right around the end and made some nice yardage there for being forced out of bounds. He was about one guy away from taking it to the house.
He was. Just a excellent return and a heads-up play by Sanchez. Yoe football here. They'll have it at their Caldwell 33-yard line. Trailing 7-0. It's going to be a 4 wide receiver set, 2 to each side for Zeinert here. Yoe looking to make some noise. It'll be a handoff on the first play, and he is going to be eaten alive in the backfield, losing about a yard.
Yeah, man, that Caldwell defensive front really getting after the Yeomen there on that first offensive play.
It does appear they have some size there.
Yeah, they've got some big old boys. That number, is it 75? That's that right 3 technique, and he's a big old man.
2 back set this time for Cameron. One flank on either side as the Yoe move from right to left on the radio dial. This time the quarterback going to pull it. Zeinert running around the right side, tries to throw a stiff arm, and he's going to be wrapped up and brought down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Zane was reading that zone play there, and they definitely were keying on the running back, and so he wisely pulled it. Unfortunately, they had a couple guys that stayed home there, and he couldn't quite outrun them to the corner.
So it brings up 3rd and 12 here for Cameron. Interesting situation. Inside of 6 minutes to go in the first quarter. They all have gone backwards on their first 2 plays. 3 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left. As Zeinert takes a snap, looking to throw. Got lots of time. Throws, short pass. That ball's going to be caught, and then immediately he will be driven backwards and then into the turf.
Yeah, short little underneath pass right there. They brought in a nickel or a dime package for sure, and had about 7 deep coverage or so there. And so Zane checked off and went to one of his underneath guys, and they tattooed him pretty quickly there. But I think the Yeomen are going to go for it here on 4th down in their end of the field.
It is a 4th down. The Yeomen facing 4th and 9 from the Caldwell 32-yard line. Coming up on just about 5 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Cameron trailing 7-0. Trips to the wide side of the field, over to the left for Zeinert. He's got one man to his right, one tailback with him. Zeinert looking to his left. Still looking, steps up in the pocket, and he's going to get smothered. Still on his feet, though, and finally will be wrestled down.
Say that Caldwell defensive front is really getting after us up front, Brett. We're going to have to do a better job of that for sure.
So a turnover on downs by the Yeomen gives Caldwell the football. And the Hornets up 7-0 with 4:50 on the clock as they take over at their own 39-yard line.
Looks like right now that we definitely got a little bit of rust from not being able to play last week.
It is appearing to look that way.
Especially on the offensive side, defensively we didn't look that bad. We did a lot of bending, and we just bent a little bit too much.
A 2 wide receivers set to the right side for Caldwell, but they'll hand off to the fullback, and he is going to break through the first initial tackles of the ball. Comes out. The Yeomen say they've got it, and they do.
They do, but I believe the official that was right there on the play is going to call him down. I know a couple of the officials threw their beanbags, but I thought the official who was in the middle of the field right by the play had called it down, but guess not.
So the Yeomen get the turnover. They lead the turnover battle 1-0. They lead the game right now 7-0. It'll be Yoe football, and they're going to have great field position.
That's something we saw with Mejia early in the season, installing a new offense, the slot T with a lot of quick handoffs and things like that, having some trouble being able to the ball.
1st and 10 for Cameron from the Caldwell 44-yard line. 4:18 on the clock. Yeoman trailing by a touchdown. Twin receivers to each side for Zeinert. Surveying the field, takes a snap. Looking to throw to his left. He's going to let one go, and he's going to be caught at the 35-yard line and immediately out of bounds.
Kaysen Goolsby, the outside receiver, ran the coverage off, and Kaysen ran an out pattern underneath him there, and Zane delivered the throw right on the money.
That is a Centex Auto first down. I believe that's the first down for the Yeomen tonight.
Yes, it is.
That's Centex Auto with 2 locations in Temple, by the way. Your buy here, pay here dealer. And with financing options. So on 1st and 10, trips off to the right side. In fact, the 5 wide receivers set because the other to the left. Zeinert waits, reads the defense, and flips one out for a quick screen. He's got a man in the flat. That is caught. Now makes a move. Spins around out of one tackle. He's at the 20-yard line. Spins out of another across the 10. They into the end zone. Touchdown, Yeomen.
Fabian Bynum on the little swing pass right. Great downfield blocking from his wide receivers, and Fabian spun out of a couple tackles. Looks like he was going to be out of bounds a couple times, but man, he just kept it going and took it all the way to the end zone.
7-6 is 4:03 on the clock on an extra point try coming up. Your extra point is brought to you by Cryer Collision. Yeoman looking to tie this one up here in this district opener. And that one is actually going to be blocked. But a flag is on the play.
And our kicker, Jesse Martinez, has been very sure-footed so far this season. So,
well, they're lining up as though they're going to get an extra try at this because the kicker's still out there.
It looks like Coach Brashear is maybe electing to put his offense on the field and try to go for 2 right here with a short 1-yard play here to try to get an extra point out of the PAT.
Well, the Yeomen are huddled up in a mass around the 20-yard line, and now come.
Yeah, the offense is coming out here.
So it will be the Yoe offense taking the field here.
I'm not sure they can cover Fabian Bynum on that swing pass. We were to run something like that again here.
Well, looking to do that, and they're going to throw for the corner, but that ball tipped away, and it will be a failed 2. So the Yeomen will be trailing 7-6 with 4:02 on the clock after a failed extra point, 2-point try, I guess.
And they had a good little play there. They kind of ran the zone read looking play where he faked the handoff to the running back and then rolled to his right. And he had 2 guys there. He had one guy kind of underneath right at the line of the goal line and one guy deep, and he threw it to the deep guy. I kind of think maybe the other guy was a little more open, but they were both pretty well covered.
Well, 4:02 on the clock in the first quarter. Interesting choice to go for 2.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of coaches will do that though. If you get the ball on the 1-yard line, they'll take a shot at it. Especially this early in the ball game, you're like, if we don't get it, then we've got we should have, in theory, a lot of opportunities to make that point up throughout the rest of the ball game.
Well, with 4:02 on the clock, Yeoman getting ready to kick off.
besides that, I like the aggressiveness and being aggressive on the offensive side of the ball there.
2 plays, 44 yards, by the way, on that scoring drive, brought to you by Don's Painted Body. That's with more than 20 years experience. Go find Don's Painted Body on West 4th across from Brookshire Brothers in Cameron, or call 697-2011.
Assuming we'll go with our kind of our arcing pooch kick again here. And we've got Spikes over there. If we can get him out there and get the ball.
There's a kickoff. That's going to be a short one, fielded at the 32-yard line, and now try to find some running room up the middle, but he is going to find little to no running room and finally be brought down across the 40-yard line.
Yeah, Trenton Nix did a good job getting down there on the kickoff coverage and making the play.
So, inside of 4 minutes left here in this Rafter P Trucking first quarter, it's Caldwell football. 1st and 10 from the 44-yard line. Their own 44, in fact. So here comes Caldwell. Now one receiver off to the left side from that pistol formation. That'll be a pitch around the left. Trying to find running room. Stiff arms the first man, but he will be brought down for a huge loss.
I think that's Eduardo Gill giving great pursuit kind of from the backside right there, finishing him off at the end of the play there.
So a loss of 5 on the play on that pitch, and Caldwell going backwards from their own 39. 2nd and 15 now. 3:24 on the clock. Yeoman trailing 7-6 here in the first quarter. And with a single receiver looking to throw. Trying to set up the screen. The receiver, it was intended. I think he slipped. The ball's overthrown.
Well, and I'm not sure if he slipped or if we pegged him and causing him to fall down, because I saw a flag came in late in that area there, Brett.
We'll see what the flag is. They are discussing this over here. And a flag on the field. Referees are huddled. We've got about 4, then we got another one walking over.
I don't know if he was still behind the line of scrimmage. Does that make a difference on that?
So they are going to call interference against the defense. So a pass interference call is going to really help out Caldwell there. And that'll be a costly penalty.
Yeah, you go from 2nd and 15 to 1st and 10. That's definitely advantageous for the Hornets there.
It looks like Tommy's going to argue that for a moment.
He better be careful arguing that with that referee, Brett. That referee, I don't know if all of our listeners know how big I am or not, but I've got to look up to that man. He is a big dude.
Yeah, he towers over some people.
He can command some presence on the field as a referee, let me tell you.
Now still checking. Find out. It's been a persuasive argument, I guess, because they're still talking.
Yeah, and I don't know if Coach Bashir is saying maybe it wasn't a catchable ball, because the quarterback just kind of turned and swung it because he was under a little duress, and so.
Well, it looks like we're going to get back to work now. It'll be 1st and 10. Ball's being placed at the 40-yard line. 3:13 on the clock here in the first quarter. It's 1st and 10 for Caldwell from their own 40. After the penalty by Cameron. So from the pistol formation, a single wide receiver. It's going to be a handoff to the up back, and he is going to run through the line like he was shot out of a cannon. He picks up nearly 10 yards. He got 9.
Yeah, he busted through there quick. Luckily, Eduardo Gill had a hold of him and wouldn't let him get any further.
Hellman trailing 7-6, less than 3 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
If I'm Caldwell, this is a down and distance I want to throw on 2nd and 1, because I feel very confident I can get the first down on my 3rd down play if I don't here. So this is a place I want to be very cognizant of the pass.
Well, they do have one receiver. He's flanked off to the left side. Sent a man in motion, but hand it off. Right up the middle he goes, up the gut, and he is going to be all the way into the end zone. Touchdown, Caldwell.
It's kind of that cross play it's that one that Belleville really hurt us with there. And we had one linebacker that kind of had a chance to make a play, but other than that, we just really kind of had run ourselves out of the hole.
So a 51-yard touchdown run by Caldwell, and it is now 13-6. Hornets out in front here against Cameron. On homecoming night, no less.
51 yards.
Defense is really going to have to pick up their intensity here. We look a little bit rusty still. We don't look like we look like a team that didn't get to play last week is what we look like.
We have a timeout being taken by Caldwell.
Yeah, I think they were going to go for 2 again here, or we're rather going to go for 2 here, and so couldn't get their play that they wanted, and so forced to call a timeout. The play clock running down on them.
Tell you what, we'll take one with him. We'll step aside for 30 seconds. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
This is Brad Vosselin with Cameron Farm and Ranch Company. We realize firsthand all the hard work and dedication that all high school students put in to perform their best on game day. We also know how hard producers work to keep their livestock and crops performing at their best. Stop in and we'll find the tools you need to keep your animals in shape and performing well. At Cameron Farm and Ranch, we're in the game on 4th and inches. And around here, when we say go yo, we mean
go yo!
Welcome back here at Yo Field. 2:27 on the clock. Caldwell was set to go for 2 after scoring on a 51-yard touchdown run, and they took a timeout, and looks like that's still the plan here. A 2 wide receiver set off to the left side for Caldwell.
And I believe they got their Wildcat quarterback in there.
They do, and he's going to fake the handoff, keep it himself, dives into the end zone. The 2-point conversion is good.
Yeah, when that kid's in the ball game, I don't care how much faking they do. I'm going to key on that guy right there because he is one heck of an athlete.
Thanks to the new score, 15-6. Caldwell is out in front. 2:27 on the clock. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
Here's some common sense financial tips from Main Street. Live within your means. Save a percentage of your income. Build your credit. Use it wisely. Become very good at what you do. Do it a lot. These are the common sense financial basics. These apply to the individual, family, business, city, state, and nation alike. Citizens National Bank, member FDIC, rated one of the nation's strongest banks.
You're unbelievable.
Welcome back here at Yo Field. 15-6 is the new score. Caldwell Hornets out in front, surprising the Cameron Yoe here in the Rafter P Trucking first quarter. Got 2:27 left to go till the second, and right now the Yeomen, I feel like still trying to find their way in this ball game.
Yeah, we're kind of a little stunned, a little shell-shocked, so definitely need to try to get something going here.
Well, Caldwell will be kicking off from what we saw last time. It was a short kick.
Looks like it's going to be again because kicker's only stepping back about a step and a half.
And it will be. It's going to be angled towards the Yo sideline. That will be fair caught at the 37 by Cameron. By the way, I heard from our walking encyclopedia. That would be Kyle Cruz, in case you're wondering.
I was wondering who that was.
He said last time Caldwell played at Cameron, it was Rhodes' first game, and Cameron's last game is a 4A team.
Oh, wow. Wow. I was trying to think earlier. I don't know that I've ever seen us play Caldwell, and so I guess that sounds right because that would have been a really long time ago. I think that was been my first year here in Cameron as well. So yeah, that would have been a long time ago.
Well, Cameron now with the football from their own 37-yard line. 1st and 10, 3 receivers off to the right side. Resignert, he's going to go that way looking for his man. That ball, though, I think, going to be incomplete.
Yeah, threw a little swing pass to Jaden Sanchez out there, or actually, no, I'm sorry, that's Kason Goolsby on the swing pass, the little freshman, and he kind of bobbled it, and when he did, it gave the defense time to catch up to him and put a lick on him before he's able to actually secure the ball, and so incomplete pass for the Yeomen.
2:22 to go here in the first quarter. Yeomen again in a 3 wide receiver set to the right side for Resignert. Got one man alone over here to the left. Lots of cushion. Yeomen trailing. Resignert takes the football, slings it to the right. He's got spikes, but he can't hang on to it. Incomplete.
Yeah, went with the tunnel screen to Spikes there, and we had just about our entire offensive line out there in front of him. If he was able to catch the ball, I feel like he was going to be able to kind of cut it back to the inside and make some big yardage on that play there. Just unfortunately, the ball slipped right through his hands.
So, 2 incompletes later, it's 3rd and 10 for the Cameron offense from their own 37-yard line. Yeoman trying to find something that works. It's going to be twins to each side for Zeinert here on 3rd down. This is a big play for the Yeoman, it feels like, early in this ballgame. And now the whistle's blowing. Flags in. So a penalty against Cameron before they get the play off. And that'll back them up. 5-yard penalty on a procedure. So Cameron now facing 3rd and 15, so it was already going to be tough on 3rd and 10. Now you've made it worse, 3rd and 15. See what the Yeoman can come up with here. They're going with the 3 receivers off to the right side. 1 man alone to the left. Tailback to Zeinert's right. On the snap, Zeinert looking to his right. He's being chased in the backfield. He's going to have to let one fly off his back foot. That ball is going to be incomplete, short of his intended receiver.
We're really having a little bit of trouble with that stunt and 3-3 stack of Caldwell's there. They're slanting guys different directions each play, and the linebacker, they're coming the other direction, and they're definitely giving us some trouble up front. Zeinert, he hadn't been able to get comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeoman having to punt, 4th and 15. There's 2:11 on the clock, and Cameron trailing 15-6 here in this first quarter. Zeinert back to punt on his own 20-yard line. There's the snap, and he does get the kickoff, and it is a beauty. Takes a bounce at the 30, and it's a Yoe bounce before it's finally touched at about the 23-yard line.
Yeah, Hemphill wisely got a piece of it there. After taking a Yoe bounce, it really took a big Caldwell bounce there for a second. So he killed it right there where it was.
Yeah, that was a heads-up play. 2:04 on the clock. Caldwell will now take over with the football.
Tell you, if it doesn't take that bad bounce, we might down it inside the 5-yard line. That was a heck of a punt.
Was it? It was. Hornets on top, 15-6 here on homecoming night at Yoe Field. Yeoman still trying to shake off the rust after a week off unexpectedly. Hornets will come to the line with 1 wide receiver from the pistol. And a handoff around the left side, bounces off the first man. Finally will be gathered up and tackled after about a 5-yard gain.
A little veer play with Randy Flores in on the tackle.
So a 2nd down and 5 coming up. So they make that 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, definitely more yardage than you want to give up on that play. I mean, they're just going to block down and trying to run off tackle there, and so we've got to fill a little bit quicker there on that gap.
On 2nd down, about a minute and a half left in this first quarter. 2 receivers off to the left side for Caldwell. The Hornets take the snap. Handoff around the left side. Sort of trying to stay on his feet. Does manage to elude the first man, and then finally will be tripped up across the 35 and the 37.
He ran that trap play, and Landon Green had a hold of him and actually took his shoe off. After the play was over, Landon came up a couple yards shy of where he was and had his shoe in his hand. So young man's got to check out the ballgame and get his shoe back on.
So a 1st down for the Hornets. They'll now have it at their own 37-yard line, 1st and 10. Coming up on a minute left in this quarter. And it has been a surprising Caldwell Hornets team that has showed up here tonight. They came to play. Leading 15-6 inside of a minute. And there's a bumbled snap. That's going to be fallen on by Cameron.
Yeah, Fabian Solomon with the fumble recovery there. I don't know if I've never seen it before where the pulling guard runs into the snap on a shotgun snap, but I'm pretty sure that's what happened there.
It looked like it.
That pulling guard is either really fast or the center was a little slow with the ball.
So, a turnover gives the Yeomen some new breathing life here in this first quarter. 52.2 seconds are on the clock. Cameron is trailing right now, 56. The Yeomen have notched their 2nd turnover, picking up a couple of fumbles right now. 2 receivers to the left side for Zeinert in a 2-back set. Hands this ball off. It's going to be a sweep around the left side, up across the 35 to the towards the 30-yard line, still on his feet, fighting, and finally will be pushed out of bounds. He will get some extra yardage due to forward progress.
And that was Hemphill had snuck into the backfield on that play and took that handoff with Bynum leading him around the left side.
Well, you've maybe got time for one more. You let the clock run out and start over here in the second quarter. I think the Yeomen going to try to sneak one in. They got about 20 seconds to do it. It's about a second or two off of the play clock. Twin receivers to each side, 2nd and 6. Snyder checks things over, now takes a snap. He's looking to throw, looking to his right. He's going to let it go as he gets hit, and that ball's caught and should be enough for a first down as he's slung out of bounds.
It's the same thing that we did earlier with Goolsby. That was Jaden Sanchez that time. Zagorian spikes running off the Caldwell secondary, and Jaden sneaking in underneath with a little out pattern, and Zane hitting him right in stride.
Yeoman still will have enough time for one more play here in the first quarter. 2.5 seconds to go before we start the second. Yeoman knocking on the Bling Box Boutique red zone from the 24-yard line of Caldwell. Twin receivers to either side as Snyder looks to throw. Looking towards his left, now having to take off and run under pressure. Throws on the run. That ball is dropped.
Nice job of improvising by Zane there. Their left defensive end is really putting on a strong rush, and so flushed him out to the left side there and kept his head up and still found a receiver that was open, but Farrell just couldn't pull it in.
That's going to be the end of our first quarter. We'll take a timeout. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
Power is being behind the wheel of a Ram 3500 with 1,000 pounds per foot of torque. Power is a 12-inch touchscreen and 395 horsepower Hemi V8. Ram Power Days are going on now at Cameron Autoplex in Cameron, Texas. If you count on your truck, then you count on Cameron Autoplex to deliver the right truck for you. We have the selection and the pricing our customers deserve. We are your Central Texas Truck Authority. Shop in person or online at CameronAutoplex.com. And remember, it's always cheaper in Cameron.
All right, start of our second quarter here tonight. Yeoman right now, though, finding themselves down 15-6 here at Yo Field on homecoming night. Our second quarter tonight is brought to you by Barrel Bump Smokers. That's for the easy-to-use, customized smokers from Barrel Bump Smokers, locally owned and operated, and, of course, also reasonably priced. If you're not seeing one, you got to go check it out on Facebook, or you can give them a call, 979-220-6147. I like when you can make smoking a brisket super easy. Barrel Bump Smokers, that's the folks you need to talk to. Yeoman with the football, 2nd down and 10. Here's we start this second quarter. 3 receivers off to the left side, and Snyder's going to throw that way, looking to set up the screen. He's got Zagorian spikes. He's going to make a move across the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Yeoman.
I tell you, little Case and Gooseby got a little rub block right out there in the flat that sprung Zagorian. And once you get to Zagorian the ball in space like that, it's Katie bar the door because he's going to take it all the way.
So that'll bring up your Crier Collision extra point here. Yeoman will try for one with 11:53 on the clock. Kick is up this time, and that one will be through and true. The Crier Collision extra point is good. That's Crier Collision for all your auto body repair needs. Call Crier Collision at 697-2122. Stop by 3003 North Travis in Cameron. That's for Crier Collision. The Yeoman now trailing by 2. 15-13 is the new score. 11:53 on the clock before halftime. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
Hi, I'm Jason Donald from Edco Development. Sure, someone working out of the back of their truck can always offer you a cheaper price, but sometimes they're kind of hard to find after the job is done. Remember, Edco Development has been there for you for more than 25 years, offering quality roofing, remodeling, new construction, and more. Call us first, 254-697-2186, 697-2186.
The score here at Yo Field, 15-13, as the Caldwell Hornets out in front by 2 points. A 2-point conversion's the difference in this game right now. 11:53 on the clock here at the Barrel Bump Smokers second quarter. Let's get to your Don's Paint Body scoring drive. It was quick and easy. 4 plays, 35 yards, and Zagorian Spikes takes it out from 24. And the Yeoman able to get within striking distance within a couple of points. Again, 15-13. Caldwell out in front here in this second quarter. And thought we were ready for a kickoff, but there's no football.
The official was running the ball basically the length of the field. I don't know if he went to the concession stand and got a sausage wrapping, but you know, as we're changing over there or what. But
while we have a quick pause here, let's get you a stat update from McElrath Motors in Cameron. And here's what I got for you. Zane Zeinert, before that drive, was 4 of 8, 54 yards and a touchdown. Fabian Bynum had a catch for 33 yards and a score. Now here's a bouncing kick. That'll be caught and corralled at the 27-yard line. Now coming upfield, he'll be stood up and then dropped at the 40.
Kind of like our pooch kick a little better than that one, I think. But we definitely gave them several different looks. So keeping them on their toes and keeping them uncomfortable for sure.
Are we testing theories? Is that what we're doing?
Maybe.
11:48 on the clock. Caldwell football from their own 40-yard line. 1st and 10. The Hornets now moving from right to left on the radio dial. From the far hash mark from us. With a 2-point lead, Hornets in the pistol. Handoff, fullback. So this play will be stopped. Whistles everywhere. Flags coming in late.
Stopped it before the play, so it has to be an offensive penalty.
It will be. Ball start against the Hornets. That's one thing we haven't seen a lot. Talking to Coach Brashear, he said, a lot of times when you get these teams that are installing slot T for the first time, you get a lot of penalties. We haven't seen hardly any.
No, we really haven't. Now, they have been a little bit sloppy in that they put the ball on the turf a couple times, but penalties-wise, it's been pretty clean.
So, back up 5 yards, 1st and 15 from their own 35 now. The Hornets in a hole and looking to throw. Lets one go down the middle of the field. Got a man wide open. That ball is caught at the 30-yard line of Cameron.
Man, I thought he had outthrown the receiver, but the kid just stayed with it. That DeAutre Burns and made a great catch. Luckily for us, he had to extend himself so much he wasn't able to keep his feet and fell to the turf.
So after that huge play, for about 35 yards, 45 yards, huge play through the air. It's now 1st and 10 on the Yoe side of the field from the Cameron 30-yard line. Hailing off up that right side, finding little running room, got maybe a couple 3 yards.
Ran the off-tackle veer against us there. Again, that they've definitely, shown some success with. Again, like you said, about 4 yards there, just kind of walling there. We've got to get somebody that's going to skate outside and fill that hole.
11 minutes to go here in the Barrel Bump Smokers second quarter. 2nd and 7 for the Hornets from the 27-yard line. Still in that pistol formation. They sent a man in motion. The middle they go, though, and again, it's close quarters in there. Got maybe a yard out of it.
Did a much better job that time of kind of clogging up the line of scrimmage there. But, man, I tell you, they put a double team on Trenton Nix, and Trenton did a great job of just kind of grabbing grass there and not letting himself be pushed off the line of scrimmage. He kind of stopped the play from the start.
So 3rd down and 6 for Caldwell. From the 20-yard line, there's one receiver flanked down to the left. And now, quarterback going to check the sideline, maybe changing a play here. Instead, I think they're going to get a timeout. So the Hornets will take a timeout. That is their 2nd of the half. And so with 10:04 on the clock before halftime, we're going to take one with them. Yeoman trail 15-13. This is Yoe football at 105 on the Ranch.
Heating and air conditioning. We all expect it to work. When it doesn't, don't call any heating and AC company. Call Temple Heat and Air, your full-service AC and heating company. 254-771-1012. Locally owned and operated since 2001, you'll see the difference in their personalized, safe, and friendly service. As an American Standard and Lennox dealer, you'll get the right parts and service for the right system. Get same-day service and no surprises, plus great financing and discounts. When your system isn't working, call Temple Heat and Air, 254-771-1012.
Barrelbum Smokers second quarter, actually. 10:04 on the clock. Yeoman trailing 15-13. It's a 3rd down and 6 coming up for the Caldwell Hornets. They have it at the 26-yard line. We just learned also that Rockdale is losing to McGregor right now, 28-7. There'll be a wildcat formation here for the Hornets, and they're going to try to dive across the first down marker, but I think he's going to be about a yard shy.
Yeah, I think he was just short. Like I said, in the first quarter there, if that young man's in the backfield, I'm keying 100% on him.
Yeah, that is Dontavian Johnson for the Hornets, and he's going to be lined up again, but there's got to be a flag there. There's lots of movement.
Yeah. I think the center thought they were going on 2, and everybody else thought they were going on 1.
Yeah, it will be a false start here against Caldwell. That will back them up from 4th and 1 to 4th and 6. It's got to change your play call, right?
You would definitely think so. I mean...
Well, 9:42 on the clock. And again, we've got...
Looks like they want to maybe put a little time back on the clock.
9:58. I think that's what I heard. Either way, it's going to be 4th down. Yeah, 9:58 on the clock, but it's been put back on.
Normally you wouldn't be able to hear a referee yell to the press box, but with our COVID seating guidelines and only 50% the crowd is not near as loud as it normally is.
Clock will start running on 4th and 6, looking to throw, and they will throw, but that ball incomplete. And it's a turnover on bounds in Yoe territory for Caldwell. That is a big stand for Cameron's defense right there. And you got to hope that'll give them some momentum moving forward right now.
Yeah, definitely. Caldwell, for a team that, being a slot T team, they've really thrown the ball really well. I mean, that's really, have they incompleted any other passes than that one right there? And they had a shot at completing that one as well.
Agrees with our wonderful stat man over here says.
I trust him. He's a good one.
He is a good one. So 1st and 10 for the Yeoman. They've got trips off to the right side, but instead a handoff. Now trying to find the edge is Bynum. He's up across the 30, the 35. It goes out of bounds.
That's going to be an 11-yard gain, enough for a first down just on the zone play over the right-hand side. Fabian Bynum, I tell you, he is turning out to be a really, really good back for us this year. The young man is a lot quicker, I think, than most people give him credit for being.
So a Centex Auto first down gives the Yeoman the 10 at their own 37-yard line now. 9:42 on the clock. Yeoman trailing by 2. Twin receivers, 2 each side as Zeinert surveys and throws. That was a quick hitch, but that pass was off target.
Just a quick little seam pass to Sanchez there, but Zane, I don't know if the ball slipped out of his hands a little bit there or something, but didn't look very good coming out of his hand.
So 2nd down and 10. Coming up for Cameron here. The Yeoman trailing by 2 points here on homecoming night at Yoe Field. Plenty of time still left in this one. There are 2 receivers to each side for Zeinert here on the near hash mark. 2nd and 10. A handoff this time for Bynum. Stutter steps behind his offensive line, lead block, and then goes down at about the 44-yard line.
And that was more of a counter-type action there with Puller in front of him. Yeoman kind of going in a hurry-up mode here.
So on 3rd and 3, Yeoman do. Maybe found something they liked, or at least thought they did. They hand it off again. Flags come in as Bynum is going to be wrestled to the ground for about a 2-yard loss.
The flag going right at the pile there makes me wonder if that couldn't be a face mask penalty there. Now it looks like it's going to be initial cause holding, I believe.
Yeah, that is looks to be what he is showing to the Caldwell coaching staff. And we'll make the signal holding against the Yeoman.
Caldwell's going to decline, bring it up a 4th and 5 from our own, is that 47-yard line or so?
About the 43, actually.
43, yeah. Sorry. I was looking at the first down stick.
So 4th and 4 for Cameron, and they are to go for it right here. Coming up on just about 9 minutes, and instead Zeinert will back up. So a punt coming up. It's going to be the short punt, and that is going to be a good one. Lots of hang time on that. It'll take a bounce around the 20. Takes a Yoe bounce inside the 50. And finally down by the Yeoman at the 13-yard line. That's a good punt.
Yeah, great job with executing the kind of quick kick punt there that Yoe fans have seen Cameron do for so many years here now.
So, after the Yoe drive stalls out, Yeoman trailing 15-13 here in the Barrel Bump Smokers second quarter. Caldwell football, 8:55 on the clock, and they'll have a 1st and 10 pinned inside their own 15-yard line.
Plenty of time for the Yoe defense to get another stop here and offense to get another score before the half.
So from their own 14, Caldwell in the huddle at about the 9. Now coming to the line. And it looks like they're going to go to that Wildcat offense. Quarterback is flanked out to the left, and now flags move in.
Another false start against the Hornets. But I tell you what, if that young man's in at quarterback, I'm figuring he's going to carry the ball.
So far, that is what he's done.
And he hasn't broke off a big one yet, but I tell you, he's got a guy that can if he can shake loose.
So, after the 5-yard penalty, 1st and 15 now, and inside their own 10-yard line. From the 9, Hornets with the football. 8:54 on the clock. Single receivers to each side is again in that Wildcat. Trying to keep his feet. Picks up 2 yards.
And I really thought that they might have had a legal procedure that time again, Brett. I felt like the blocking back got started a little early, which is legal for him to do as long as he's going sideways, but he was actually moving forward. And then the Wildcat quarterback who did hand it off that time, he kind of fumbled the handoff a little bit, but they were able to keep the ball.
So 2nd and 13 now from the 11-yard line. 8:22 on the clock.
Thinking pass here?
They've not been afraid of it. And he will hand the ball off, but not a lot of running room there. They might have got back to the original line of scrimmage by an extra yard or two.
And I believe that was Fabian Solomon did a great job of filling that gap on that veer that time when they blocked down, fought through a block and made a great stop there right in the hole for no gain.
So a 3rd down and 12 for Caldwell here.
I would definitely think pass here, but I mean, you never know.
This is a big play for the Yoe defense.
It may be one of those areas where they're afraid to because we're so close to the end zone, they don't want to throw a pick 6.
Well, this is still a big play for the Yoe defense right here. Well, they are going to try to throw it. Now scrambling around, looking anything. Instead, he is going to be brought down for a sack inside the 5-yard line.
They actually fumbled the ball there as he was hit. But one of their other guys, one of their receivers or running backs, I believe it was blocked. I was able to luckily for them, fall on the ball. Otherwise, the Yeoman would have had the ball 1st and goal at the 1.
Coming up on 7 minutes to go before halftime, and it's going to be punting from their own end zone, the Caldwell Hornets. One man is deep for Cameron at about the Caldwell 30-yard line. That's hard to say that's deep, but all the kicks so far in this game have been short, and it is going to be a short kick. That is going to take a bounce at about the 20 and then go out of bounds. And the Yeoman will have excellent field position.
Yeah, he almost kicked it for a 1st down. or almost punted it for a first down, rather. Get my terminology right.
Right. Well, 6:38 on the clock. Yeoman trailing by 2 points and in an excellent position right now to potentially take a lead here. Should be their first of the night. First and 10. The Caldwell, let's see, they'll put that at the 24-yard line, it looks like. So first and 10 at the 24, knocking on the door of the Bling Box Boutique red zone. 3 receivers to the right side for Zeinert. Got one man alone to the left. And he's looking to his right. He'll throw it that way, trying to set up the screen. The ball was caught, but he's just got nowhere to go. Bottled up in the backfield for a loss of 1.
That's Goolsby on the catch there. A little indecisive on his move there. He was going to go outside and then thought, no, I'm going to go inside. And then it was too late. The defenders had already pursued to him at that point. He's got to get that ball and just go like Zakorian did earlier on that other drive where he scored.
Second and 11 after the loss of 1. 2 receivers to the short side of the field and a 2-back set for Zeinert. Clock coming up on 6 minutes to go before halftime. Zeinert pulls and keeps. And he's going to get back to the 25-yard line, the line of scrimmage. No gain.
Tell you, we're definitely having some trouble blocking their defensive front up there. Those guys are good.
So third down at 11 now coming up for the Yeoman. This offense has really had issues moving the football tonight.
Yeah, it's been a couple of big plays is what kept us in this ball game offensively.
12 receivers to each side, including 1 uncovered. Zeinert looks to throw. He's going to throw and overthrow his man. Went through the fingertips of Zakorian Spikes.
That's incomplete.
A quick little out pattern there to Zakorian. Threw it a little bit high where Zakorian couldn't get to it without going out of bounds.
That means fourth down for the Yeoman here. From the Caldwell 25-yard line. Let's see what the Yeoman decide to do here. Cameron trailing 15-13, 5:23 on the clock after the incomplete pass. It's fourth down and 11. Zeinert takes a snap. He's looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket and lets it go, and he overthrew his man. Had him wide open.
Yeah, Kason Goolsby ran a little seam route there and had his guy beat all the way, and Zane just overthrew him by about a step and a half right there. Walk-in touchdown is what it would have been. Unfortunately, turnover on downs.
So the turnover on downs means Caldwell will have the football from their own 25-yard line. And that is a change of fortune for the Yeoman. They needed to get some momentum going here before halftime. Instead, now Caldwell will have a shot at it. 5:20 on the clock, and the Hornets up by 2, 15-13. Single receiver out to the right side as they hand off up the middle and pick up about 3 yards of tough running.
Yeoman doing a good job of clogging up that middle, but the problem is they're kind of getting knocked off the line of scrimmage before they are able to make the clog there.
A second down and 7 coming up inside of 5 minutes before halftime. A 2-point conversion separates these two teams here tonight. Again with 1 receiver off to the right side. Quarterback looking to throw. He's going to lob one up there. And that ball will be caught by Caldwell across midfield.
Just straight drop back pass there and just kind of threw a little go pattern. And again, I think it's Randy Flores was there on the coverage, but the receiver's about 6 to 8 inches taller than him, and so was just able to beat him on height alone.
So a first down for Caldwell. Clock is still ticking inside of 4.5 minutes before halftime. First and 10 with the ball at the Yoe 48-yard line. Looks like going back to the Wildcat are the Hornets. Quarterback going to keep that ball, but he's got nowhere to go. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
Just kind of a straight run right into the middle of the offensive line there, and we tagged him a couple times pretty well there.
That was Johnson on the keeper on that Wildcat. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Clock continues to run. Hornets out in front, 15-13 here at Yoe Field. On 2nd and 10. There'll be an end around this time, but again, 5 running room, spins around, ball came out.
Yeoman said they've got it. Looks like the officials are winding the clock, though, so they're saying he was down.
Yeah, it looks like it will retain possession for Caldwell.
Yeah, kind of a little reverse play there where they had handed it off to the running back and he handed it to one of those wings coming back around. But the Yeoman did a good job of staying home and not, chasing flow of the play there. And so able to really hit it for no gain.
Less than 3 minutes to go here in the Barrel Bump Smokers second quarter. Cameron trailing by 2. It's Caldwell football, 3rd and 12. No wide receivers as this time. Quarterback looking to throw, though. He's going to dump this off on the screen. That was nearly picked off by an offensive lineman and somehow still ends up in the hands of the intended receiver. But he only doesn't get very far. Got a yard gain, I think.
Yeah, Eduardo Gill played that just about perfect as a defensive lineman. He could feel that he came through a little free that time, and so he just kind of sat, and the quarterback dumped it right over the top of him. If Eduardo had been another half-inch taller, he'd have picked that one off.
That was nearly incredible. Almost as just an absolutely crazy play that could have been. Let's get you another score update. McGregor is leading Rockdale now 35-7. Academy is on top of Lorena 20-13.
Kind of feel like, Brett, like right now we might be living in some sort of like alternate universe or something.
Very interesting, to say the least. Well, it's 2:38 on the clock. Yeoman have taken a timeout. It's a 4th down and 11 for Caldwell. Ball's at the 49-yard line. Yeoman got to be talking about what sort of plays we're looking at running, right? After change of possession?
Yeah.
You would think so. 4th and 11, we'll see. Caldwell still over on the sideline. Let the Yeoman come out, and they're expecting what appears to be a punt return. The formation is out there. Here comes Caldwell. Out of the timeout. Hornets have 1 left.
They'll be going for it here.
Yeoman have 2.
I'd expect some sort of maybe misdirection with a pass off of that.
Hornets are looking to go for it on 4th down. And now we're going to get another timeout.
Caldwell calls the timeout.
That'll be the final timeout for the Hornets. They will have none remaining. It's a 2-point lead for Caldwell, 15-13. Let's take a timeout with them. We're back in 30 seconds. This is Yoe Football on 105 on the Ranch.
So you're feeling out of alignment. Don't ignore the signs and think maybe they'll go away. Head straight to Just Chiropractic in Temple and see Dr. Barbara Proctor. With over 20 years experience, she'll get you adjusted and on your way with no hassles, contracts, or startup costs. Just Chiropractic is the home of the affordable adjustment, offering $20 spinal adjustments anytime. No appointments necessary and no insurance needed. It's Just Chiropractic, located at 1915 West Avenue in Mid-Temple, or call 254-791-5045.
Back at Yoe Field here on 4th and 11 for the Hornets, who are now lining up to punt. Yeoman trailing by 2 with 2:36 on the clock on 4th down. Caldwell gets the punt off just barely. That'll be caught at the 20-yard line, the 22-yard line. I think that's about the 23, actually.
Fair catch. Preserve as much time on the clock as we could.
So 2.5 minutes to go before we get to halftime. We'll have the Germania halftime report coming up. Get to some numbers, and of course we'll present you the homecoming,
the court.
Homecoming court presentation, and then the homecoming queen announcement. We'll have all of that. Also, of course, present the Yoe Band, as brought to you by Ideal Poultry.
First and 10 for the Yeomen, though, from their own 22-yard line. Twin receivers split out to each side. Designer fakes a throw and hands it off. This ball still on the hands of Fabian Bynum, and he gets across the 31-yard line. That's a nice run, actually.
Yeah, nice little draw play there. Something that I haven't really seen the Yeomen do this year. I've seen them, something we've utilized a lot in the past. Looks like we're going to be just shy of the first down on that. I thought we might have picked it up.
A 2nd and 1. Again, with Twins to each side for Ziner. Clock coming up on 2 minutes to go in the half. Ziner looking to throw here. Lots of time, and he's going to send this one deep, but that ball's nearly picked off.
Yeah, really lucky that ball wasn't picked off. They were playing a straight man free there with a free safety just sitting back there roaming, and the free safety really had the best play on the ball as anybody on the field.
You don't usually hear anybody overthrowing Zachorian Spikes at all, but that's exactly what just happened.
Well, but Zachorian was actually out here wide, and that was more over the middle where Goolsby and Sanchez were.
Well, 3rd down and 1. This time a handoff for Bynum. He's going to stutter step a couple of times, and then finally will run into a crowd at near the 40-yard line, and that's going to be enough for a Syntex Auto first down.
Little counterplay there with the pulling lineman leading Bynum through the hole. Make sure we pick up the first down there, and of course they're playing us to pass, and so definitely some nice little running room for Bynum there.
Well, new set of downs, 1st and 10. Clock coming up on 1.5 minutes before halftime. 3 receivers, short side of the field for Ziner. He's got one man alone to the wide side on the left. Ziner looks that way. Instead, he's going to dump it off to the tailback. He's got some running room in front of him. He's going to be up across the 45 to 50. And then he's finally going to be brought down. It's another first down.
It's that swing pass to Bynum again. And I tell you, big Kobe Arney did a great job of getting out in front of it. Block there. Great to see the big offensive lineman get out and make those kind of plays on those passes.
But how about Hemphill, too, doing some work over there?
Yeah, that guy can really block, too, for a young kid playing wide receiver. You don't have young wide receivers.
Yeoman on the move after the Syntex Auto first down in Caldwell territory at the 46. And Ziner looking to throw. Got time this time, and he lets one go. That ball's going to be caught at the 20-yard line. The 10-5 touchdown, Yeoman.
Jaden Sanchez, man, he made a really unbelievable catch right there. Kind of an over-the-shoulder basket catch. And really hadn't had his man beat until he took the last step to haul it in there and then just outran him the rest of the way to the end zone.
Wow, it was like a late burst.
Yeah. Nice little, like a little Mario Kart speed there at the end.
Kind of was. It was like turbo. He found the turbo. Let's see. Yeoman now up 19 to 15 with an extra point try coming. 1:01 on the clock. Your extra point, of course, made possible by Cryer Collision. The extra point try going to be blocked by Caldwell, and the will remain 19 to 15.
Yeah, but the young man that blocked that, he was about 5 steps early coming off the edge there. He was, I'd say he had already cleared our offensive line when the ball was snapped, so we're going to get another try at it here.
They'll send the offense out?
Looks like it. Looks like Coach might be putting the offense out. Got a 4-point lead right now. We get the ball on the 1-yard line here. We can run it in, get the 2, puts us up by a full touchdown minus the extra point.
Well, the offense is out. Got single receivers.
We got big Keyshawn Johnson in the backfield. I like that in this scenario.
And we've got flags here.
And it's going to be a false start on the offense, so I'd be shocked if we don't. Yep, Coach Brashear's sending the kicking team back out there again.
It's just running practice. So after a penalty against Cameron, kicking team will take the field again. We'll try the extra point again.
And I tell you, Brett, I think number 7 out here has been offsides on every extra point that we've kicked. So it'd be interesting to watch him on this one to see if he is again.
It sure is look pretty close, if not. So trying on a little bit longer extra point try. And they bumbled the snap this time, and he is just going to have to eat this one, and that's what he'll do. The extra point is no good. That's for all your auto body repair needs. Crier Collision brings you the extra point try there. And unfortunately, no good for Yeoman. They lead it 19-15 with 1:01 on the clock before halftime. You're listening to Yo Football on 105.1 The Ranch.
Are you or a loved one in need of home health care? Wondering if you qualify for home health services? Call Standards Home Health for a free in-home consultation to evaluate your situation and to select a home health professional to care for you and your needs. And Standards Home Health is covered 100% by Medicare and accepts TRICARE, Scott & White Health Plan, and most major insurances. So don't wait. Get the care you deserve. Call Standards Home Health at 1-888-671-7007, 1-888-671-7007.
With 1:01 on the clock, here left to go in the Barrel Bump Smokers second quarter. Yeoman find themselves with their first lead of the night, 19-15.
Last time the referee had to run the ball all the way from the concession stand to the kicker, and this time it's just laying out here on about the 38-yard line.
We got two balls on the field because we got a guy over here around the 40-yard line with one, and they just, I don't know. We're good. Ellen will be kicking off here. By the way, let's get to your Don's Paint Body scoring drive. That's Don's Paint and Body. You can give Don a call, 697-2011. He'll take the dents out of it. And it ends up as 5 plays, 78 yards. And the big one is the Sanchez catch and run for 46 yards on the throw from Zane Zeinert. So a touchdown pass for Zane. Gives the Yeoman their first lead. 19-15 is the score. By the way, the 2-point try was, the first extra point try was blocked, but there was a penalty. Then a 2-point try that backed the Yeoman up, and now Yeoman will kick it off. That is going to be a line drive kick that is fielded on the run, and then fumble comes out, but the Yeoman say they've got it.
And the referees agree.
And they do. That was an interesting turn of events.
I tell you, it's kind of a comedy of errors out there is the best way to describe it. We kick a line drive right to a guy, and then we kind of hit him and don't allow him to do anything, and he fumbles it off. And then the Johnson kid looked like had a chance to pick it up and make some yards out of it, but missed it when he tried to pick it up, and Yeoman fell on the ball.
So 19-15, Cameron is out in front. Now they have the football and the momentum. 1st and 10 from the Caldwell 38. Trips off to the right side. One man to the left for Zeinert. Zeinert, the quarterback, waiting, surveying the defense, takes a snap. He's looking to his right. He's going to go that way, and he's going to let this one go. That ball, though, picked off at the 10-yard line. Now going to be a foot race up across the 30. He's got 2 men closing in, and he'll be pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, we kind of went for the jugular there. Something we often have done in the past after a turnover is kind of, try to go deep, try to, burn them right away. But they were really well prepared for that play. They had, kind of a cover forward look where they had 4 deep with a free safety still just sitting there in the middle of the field, and we kind of threw it right to him.
So after the interception, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 34-yard line for Caldwell from their own side of the field. 43.9 seconds to go.
Be interesting to see here if you're Caldwell, do you just try to get out of the half and regroup, or they try to get the ball down the field themselves here?
I'll try to get lined up here offensively. They've got one wide receiver off to the left side, taking their time. And now we've got whistles stopping this play.
Yeah, got a delay of game time expired on them.
So the delay of game will push Caldwell back. And inside of a minute before we get to halftime. .9 seconds to go. It'll be 1st and 15 for the Hornets.
I'm thinking they're gonna try something here, put the ball in the air or something here, Brett, because they don't look like, just their body language and stuff doesn't look like they're just going to try to get out of the half here yet.
Well, from their own 29-yard line, they've got a single receiver to the left side. That's the short side of the field. Going to be a pitch around the right side, and they'll pick up a couple of yards here.
And it shows what I know.
Brings up second down.
Took a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of decision-making to run a little toss sweep there.
Coming up on less than 20 seconds to go before halftime. Caldwell not in a hurry. Snapping this inside of 10 seconds left of the ball, or in the first half, and they're going to throw this time. Going to let one fly. That pass is hung up for a long time and allowed the O defense to kind of get underneath there and tip it away. Will be incomplete with 6.1 seconds left to go.
Yeah, almost like a punt-looking play there where they just kind of threw it up.
That ball had some...
Yeah, it did. It had some hang time.
3rd down and 12 for the Hornets. Just 6.1 seconds before halftime. Yeoman out in front, 19-15. Looking to take a lead into halftime. On 3rd down. Caldwell going to hand it off here, and he's got lots of running room, but finally met by the safety. Ball comes out, but that's going to be the final play of the first half. Yeoman will end up going into the locker room with a 19-15 lead, and there's one man down here for Cameron as we were preparing to go into half. Got a man down. But again, halftime is coming up. Let's break into the Germania halftime report, and we'll update you as this goes along. This is the Germania Insurance Halftime Report, live from the stadium, brought to you by Lisa Roden, your Germania Insurance agent in Cameron. And here on the Germania Halftime Report, Yeoman are out in front, 19-15. Well, Kenny, this has been kind of a, I don't want to say ugly first half, but it's not been conventional, to say the least.
No, said it a few minutes ago. It's like we're living in an alternate universe tonight, or something, with kind of the way things are going. I guess it's a 2020 first half.
Yeah, that works.
Come out and we didn't look bad defensively, but they were still able to push the ball into the end zone a couple times on us there, and we really weren't able to get anything going offensively there for a while. And but we've been able to hit a few big plays now, and luckily we've been able to take the lead here going into the halftime. So definitely a different looking ball game than what we probably thought we were going to see tonight.
Yeah, and I think you've got to give a lot of credit to the Caldwell Hornets tonight, who, by all accounts, based on all of the, so-called experts, Harris poll, Padilla poll, whatever poll, all said this is going to be a huge blowout. Cameron Yoe is going to run away with this football game, and Caldwell has come to play tonight and not taking anything for granted.
No, definitely, you're right. Those guys, and we talked about in the pregame, they've got players over there. They've got some really good-looking kids. The Johnson kid and a couple of those other backs are really talented players, and they've got some offensive and defensive linemen that, you don't want to meet those guys in a dark alley because they just kind of block out the sun. They're so big.
Yeah, it's been an interesting thing. They've got size. Caldwell does. Of course, that from a team coming down from the 4A ranks, which Caldwell is. But when you look at Cameron, it kind of goes back to some of what we've seen in some of the previous games we played. When you look at Belleville's game film, or even really the Franklin game too, is that run, whatever right up the middle, has been there for everybody.
Yeah, and it's tough. And we don't have just a lot of size on our defensive line anyway. Jeremiah Bailey's a pretty good sized kid, and of course Eduardo Gill is an outstanding defensive lineman for us. But he's not a really big guy. And then Trent Nix, that great motor. He gets after it on every single play of the game, but he's not a real big guy, and so. we're definitely, undersized a little bit there. And then you look defensively, too. We talked about, all season long about how, we have so many sophomores starting on the defensive side of the ball and are inexperienced there. And also the fact that, maturity-wise, they're just, they're a year or two behind a lot of those guys that they're playing against on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, it's been quite the interesting, we saw 3 weeks in a row where it looked like Cameron was getting better each week, and you get a week off unexpectedly. You were supposed to play a game, which was going to be a top 10 statewide matchup, really, with Lexington. That game gets canceled, obviously. The team that showed up here tonight looks like back on week 1.
Yeah, we definitely look like we might have taken a little bit of a step back. But, in addition to, and I said it in the pregame, I said, not playing last week kept us from being able to get a week better. But not only did we not play a game last week, we really didn't practice last week at all. The varsity practice was shut down last week as well. So, it's not like they, had 2 weeks to prepare for this ball game either. They really were completely pretty much shut down altogether last.
It's been interesting. Defensively, it looked like it got better as the first half went on for Cameron. Offensively, more of a mixed bag.
Yeah, I think defensively we're starting to, kind of realize what they're doing and key in on some things that they're doing there. Offensively, we're still kind of struggling to find our way a little bit there. Our offensive line still hadn't quite figured out how to block that 3-3 stack, and of course, Caldwell's defensive front is really good. I'm not. Don't slight those guys in the least. They're really good. And, of course, some of those same athletes that they got playing in the backfield carrying the ball for them are some of the guys that are playing on the defensive backfield as well. And those guys they're extremely talented.
Yeah, I think maybe the best way to characterize the offensive first half for Cameron is sloppy.
Yeah. That's a good way. Zane hasn't thrown the ball as well as he can, but in his defense, we've had a couple of receivers that dropped a couple of balls that have gone right through their hands as well, So it's not like one guy's playing poorly. It's kind of, been a team effort and it's not that we played poorly, just we haven't played as well as we normally expect to see the Yeoman offense do.
Yeah, and I think that's really what we've seen here in the first half. We talked in the pregame show about, is taking that week off going to be an issue for Cameron? And I feel like from what we've seen here in the first half, no question.
Yeah, and probably hurts us more on offense even than defense. Talked about, the defensive, the inexperience and the lack of maturity as far as age and that kind of stuff with those guys on that side of the ball. But, so much of what we do on offense is built on timing. And when you're shut down for a week, not only not playing that game that week, but when you're completely shut down for a week, that's really going to disrupt that timing even more so.
All right, let's see if we can bring Josh Pratt on, our excellent stat man, and see what he can come up with to tell us here in the first half, numbers-wise. Josh, what you got, buddy? Oop, did you get lost?
Get the equipment sorted out here. We've got it. All right. Yeah, they're in that first half. We'll start with Caldwell. 9 first downs in the first half there. 219 total yards. Passing, 4 for 6 for Ryan Rayling. 88 yards. Receiving in, DeAndre Burns, 2 for 59. Zach Eaton, 1 for 28. On the ground, Caldwell has rushed the ball 27 times for 131 yards. They have a host of people that have carried, but Jamar Hewitt leads the way with 9 carries for 88 yards and 1 score. Dontavian Johnson, 4 carries for 22 yards and 1 touchdown. And Malachi Jones has 4 carries for 20 yards. For the Yeoman, 8 first downs in that first half for 175 total yards. Passing-wise, Zane Zeinert is 9 of 17 for 145 yards with 3 of those touchdown passes. We have Jaden Sanchez with 3 catches for 56 yards and a score. Fabian Bynum, 2 catches for 46 yards and a score. As Zacharian Spikes has caught 1 pass for 24 yards and has the 3rd touchdown. On the ground, the Yeomen have been limited. Just 10 carries and 30 yards there. And Fabian Bynum has carried the load with 6 carries for 33 yards.
All right. Thanks, Josh. Those are the first half stats. You're going to stick around, by the way, so just hang tight. Let's see. So there's your first half statistics. I've got a sponsor for that somewhere around here. Halftime stats brought to you by A&R Cattle Company in Burlington. Josh, look, dude, you're filling in for Kenny Driska for a moment because Kenny's got to do announcing for the homecoming, which, of course, we're going to broadcast here in a moment. But let's talk just a moment because you've been to the games with us, and so, of course, you're knowledgeable about football. So what we've seen in the first couple of weeks, when we saw Franklin, Cameron had to resort to the ground game. Was very, very effective. In fact, ground game hasn't really been an issue here in the early going this season. Cameron right now, though, not finding any running room, but or at least not a lot, it seems like. Passing game, though, has kind of come alive here tonight. Minus an interception and a couple of drop passes that should have been caught.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you want to see from this Yeoman offense. If one thing is not working, you're lucky you run the spread here. You got good athletes all over the field. If Caldwell's stopping the run, you're going to have to beat them through the air. And able to do that, and that's kind of been the difference, here in this first half. I actually had the chance to go watch Caldwell in person last week when they took on Giddings. Now, the score was lopsided, but when I watched Caldwell play, they were a lot better than I thought they were going to be going in. The score didn't reflect that, but I thought Caldwell was a pretty, physical, hard-nosed football team. We've played some teams in the past where we've just kind of ran over them, but I kind of knew, that this was going to be a little bit of a tougher matchup. Obviously, I don't think we thought it would be this close. Obviously, we've seen the power polls and how favored the Yeomen were coming into this. But still, you're playing a district game. You're playing Caldwell. In terms of teams we've played in program history, Caldwell is second, right behind Rockdale. So it is somewhat of a rivalry. It hasn't been played, since that 2009 season. Last year in what is the new 4A classification. So you just got to come out in the second half and try to execute.
All right. I tell you what, let us take our first break here on the Germania halftime report. And when we come back, we're going to bring you the Yale High School band. We've got also the homecoming announcement, so stick around. We're back in 60 seconds.
It's a trust as true as Texas, a friend with a helping hand. When you want to ensure the good things in life, trust Germania.
Is your insurance company taking too big a bite out of your apple? When you're shopping for property insurance, think about coverage, service, and price. Make sure you're getting the most for your money. When you compare apples to apples, you'll see that Germania Insurance delivers outstanding value, competitive rates, flexible payment options, and discounts. Plus, Germania offers 24/7 customer claim service. Trusted by Texans since 1896. Don't give up service or sacrifice coverage. Compare apples to apples. Then choose the outstanding value offered by Germania Insurance.
So when you want to ensure the good things in life, trust Germania.
Call 697-4683 for Sharon Ruback, representative of Ruback Insurance and Germania Farm Mutual Companies.
JC is being escorted tonight by her father, Justin Wimmer. JC is the vice president of the freshman class, captain of the JV cheer squad, and is in athletics. She is a member of the First Baptist Church in Cameron, and during her free time, she enjoys spending time with friends, fishing, and shopping. After graduation, JC plans to pursue a degree in nursing. JC Wimmer.
The sophomore duchess is Sydney Smith. Sydney is the daughter of Doug and Amanda Smith. Sydney is being escorted tonight by her father, Doug Smith. Sydney is involved in the FFA, the Bell Brigade, one-act play, volleyball, basketball, and UL academics. During her free time, she enjoys spending time with her friends, hunting, and going to the lake with her family. After graduation, Sydney plans to attend Sam Houston State University to major in criminal justice and pursue a career as a game warden. Sydney Smith. The junior duchess is Sean Bernard. Sean is the daughter of Wendy White. She is being escorted by her grandfather, Ben White. Sean is the vice president of the junior class, a member of the National Honor Society, involved in athletics, and a member of the Bell Brigade. During her free time, she enjoys playing golf, shopping, and spending time with friends and family. After graduation, Sean plans on attending the University University of Texas Southwest Medical School as a pre-med major in hopes of eventually becoming a doctor. Sean Bernard. And now for our senior homecoming nominees. Senior Queen nominee, Taisha Miller. Taisha is the daughter of Rosalinda and Ty. She is being escorted this evening by her father, Tyrone Miller. During her spare time, Taisha enjoys spending time with her family and friends, and she has participated in volleyball, softball, and been a cheerleader. Upon graduation, she plans on attending Temple College to become a dental assistant. Taisha Miller. Senior Queen nominee, Alexis Sanchez. Alexis is the daughter of Chrissy Sanchez. She is being escorted this evening by her uncle, Danny Martinez. During her free time, she likes to spend quality time with her friends and family. She is a member of St. Monica's Catholic Church here in Cameron. After graduation, she plans to attend Glenn College before transferring to Texas State University in San Marcos to become a dental hygienist. Alexis Sanchez. Senior Queen nominee, Emily Torres. Emily is the daughter of Carlos Rodriguez and Francisca Martinez. She is being escorted tonight by her stepfather, Carlos Rodriguez. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, and St. Monica's Catholic Church. Emily is also the captain of the varsity cheerleading squad. During her free time, she likes to spend time with her family and friends. Her future plans consist of attending Temple College and Tarleton State University to major in nursing to become a labor and delivery nurse. Emily Torres. Senior Queen nominee, Kayla Whitmire. Kayla is the daughter of Wayne and Kelly Whitmire. Kayla is escorted tonight by her father, Wayne Whitmire. She is a member of the National Honor Society, Student Council, FCA, Debate, UIL Academics, and the tennis team. She's also in one-act play and varsity cheerleader. She is also an ambassador of the First United Methodist Church. During her free time, she enjoys playing tennis and staying home with her dog, Big Ted, and watching Netflix. After high school, she plans to attend Ouachita Baptist University to major in nursing and Spanish while participating in the Army ROTC program to become an officer in the Army as a cardiopulmonary doctor. Kayla Whitmire. Senior Queen nominee, Alison Willoughby. Alison is the daughter of Henry and Crystal Willoughby. Alison is escorted tonight by her father, Henry Willoughby. Alison is involved in FFA, Student Council, and livestock showing. She has been a Yoe FFA officer all 4 years of high school, which has given her the opportunity to be a leader on campus and within the FFA organization. She plans on attending San Houston State University in Huntsville to pursue a degree in animal science and continuing on to enter into the pre-veterinary medicine program. At this time, we would like to welcome back our 2019 homecoming queen, Ms. Courtney Muniz. Courtney is the daughter of Julie and Facundo Muniz. Courtney is escorted tonight by her father, Facundo Muniz. Courtney is a cheerleader and on the acrobatics and tumbling team at East Texas Baptist University in Marshall, Texas, where she is majoring in criminal justice and minoring in behavioral communications. After completing her master's degree, she plans to work for the Federal Bureau of Investigations. Her advice to our CHO high school students is to work hard and never give up on your dreams. And now, your 2020 C.H. Yoe High School Homecoming Queen is Miss Kayla Whitmire. Congratulations, Kayla, and all of our young ladies for representing us here tonight and throughout the year.
Alrighty, there you go. There is your homecoming queen for 2020. You knew that before we started, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, I had to know that since I was the guy that was reading the script there. Mr. Stork asked me to do that for him yesterday, and so I got a little bit of experience doing it, I guess, and so he needed to be down on the field to make sure everything ran smoothly down there. And so, yeah, I knew it beforehand. Obviously, I was probably one of about 3 people, obviously me and Mr. Stork, and I'm assuming Miss Capriva, the secretary, is usually one that counts the votes, and so probably 3 of us knew it. So a lot of fun.
Yeah, excellent candidates. Wonderful choice. Of course, I guess the students get to make that decision also, so that makes it even better, right?
Oh, yeah, definitely. You know, that's voted on by the entire student body there, and so, any of those young ladies would have been a great representative to be named as homecoming queen, but, Kayla's obviously an outstanding choice, and very happy for her.
All right, I just you can hear Oh, yeah. Time for the award-winning Yoe High School Band presented here on the Germania Halftime Show by Ideal Poultry of Cameron, a big supporter of Yoe Band, athletics, and academics. We'll let the band take it away.
Valerie, we good? We gotta go. Listen back.
welcome back here on the Germania Halftime Report. Let's take I don't remember if we have a break or not, but we're going to do it anyway. Take a 60-second commercial, and we'll get ready to wrap up the Germania Halftime Report on the other side.
It's a trust as true as Texas, a friend with a helping hand. When you want to ensure the good things in life, trust Germania.
Are you comparing apples to apples on your insurance coverage?
Apples to apples?
Yeah, like making sure you have a great rate and outstanding coverage.
My company says they have the lowest rates, but I'm not sure about coverage.
How about service? When you're shopping for property insurance, do you compare coverage, service, and price to make sure you're getting the most for your money?
I never thought to ask.
Well, Germania Insurance has been insuring Texans for over 100 years.
I do need to do some comparing.
Just make sure you're comparing apples to apples with the right coverage and outstanding rates for property, auto, and your family.
So when you want to ensure the good things in life, trust Germania.
Call 697-4683 for Sharon Ruback, representative of Ruback Insurance and Germania Farm Mutual Companies.
It's about time for us to close out the Germania Halftime Report. Got 2 minutes until kickoff. We're going to play the close. When we come back on the other side, we're going to get to some scores. The
Germania Insurance Halftime Report. Game nights on KMIL during Cameron Yoe football. The second half of tonight's game is next.
All right, welcome back here as we continue here just a few minutes before the second half kickoff, but thought we'd try to update you on some scores. We've been talking, I guess, all around the fact that scores are kind of interesting tonight. What you got, Ken?
Yeah, this one is definitely a shocker to me. Got McGregor over Rockdale 35-13 at the half, and then looks like maybe Academy might be the real deal, Brett. Looking to go 5-0. They're up 20-13 over Lorena at the half. And then some other scores of note. You've got, Franklin, who we played 2 weeks ago, and last week had a huge win over one of our district opponents. Troy is up big time, 42-7 over Lexington. And then just running through some other scores of note. Gregory Portland trails Cal Allen 28-0 in the third quarter. Of course, Gregory Portland's where Coach Rhodes is these days. Teague, who we've seen several times over the years in the playoffs, is tied with Kemp 28-all at the half. Mahia, who we played in week one, trails China Spring 27-3 at the start of the third quarter. Lago Vista, who we were supposed to play in the first game of the season but didn't because of the COVID, trails LaGrange 29-7 at the half. Grandview, who we've seen several times in the playoffs, including last year, leads Maypearl 56-10 into the third quarter. Thorndale, just down the road from us here, leads Moody 37-0 halfway through the third quarter. Thrall leads Rosebud Lot 18-6 with 4 minutes to go in the second quarter. Centerville and Bremond, the Battle of the Tigers. I know you said you're picking the Tigers in that one. You're right. It's tied 24-all.
Oh, there you go. See? Every once in a while, a blind squirrel finds a nut. All right. We need to also draw for our third quarter sponsor, which, by the way, is HON Texas. Now, you can find them open Thursday through Saturday over at Arlen's parking lot in Cameron. If you want top-notch Q, that's going to be an up-and-coming hidden gem if it's not already.
Oh, buddy, I stopped there today and had the barbecue baked potato.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely outstanding.
So we're going to try to give away some barbecue. 3-meat plate. Michelle Poston is going to be our first candidate. So if the Yeoman can score a touchdown here in our touchdown quarter, she'll get a 3-meat plate to HON Texas.
I'm rooting for her.
Then we'll draw another name.
Yeah, I like it.
So that's the way that goes. Free barbecue from about one of the best places you can get it.
Yeah, it's good.
Well, onside kick here attempted. I wasn't even ready for that. The second.
I never heard a whistle blow to put the ball in play, Brett.
By the way, that I guess that was the second half kickoff, brought to you by Little River Event Center.
And I don't think they did put the ball in. I don't think that was to put it in play because they're going to make them re-kick it.
I don't think it went 10 yards either, so because he jumped on it.
Yeah, we jumped on it though. We did not. We were much smarter than the Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah. Well, as we do kick off the second half, score is 19-15. Yeoman are out in front.
Of course, the Yeomen had won the toss to start this game, so elected to defer. They're going to receive here to start the second half. And, I think they just kicked the football before anybody was ready. But now, we will see the second half kickoff brought to you by Little River Event Center. And it's going to be an angled kick. He'll take a hop. Going to be bobbled. Now picked up at about the 28-yard line. Breaks through the first tackle, and then he's going to get horse-collared out of bounds.
And no flag on that.
There was a flag.
Was it? Okay. All right. I'm going to say I never saw it fly, which I was about to come out of this press box, Brett, because he just got ragdolled.
I think Tommy's actually standing almost over it.
Yeah, you're right. I saw it now. Whenever the players kind of backed out of the way there.
That was a nasty-looking tackle, and it will be a face mask. A major face mask, I'd say.
Penalty against Caldwell.
Kaysen's going to feel that one in the morning.
I think so. So 15-yard face mask penalty to start the second half here in the Etcho and Texas third quarter. Yeomen are out in front, 19-15. And here in the third quarter, Yeomen will be moving on the radio dial from right to left. They'll come out on the offense on the Caldwell side of the field at the Caldwell 48-yard line. It's going to be twin receivers to each side as Zeinert will be in the shotgun. By the way, those of you that are watching from wherever you are watching, I understand from Kelvin Kell that we have folks from the Korea, from South Korea, from South Dakota, even Fort Campbell in Kentucky. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And Zeinert's going to zing one out to the left, and that ball is going to be dove for and caught. What a play that was for right near the first down marker for a Centex Auto first down.
Heck of a catch there by Jaden Sanchez. And it's that same pass that we've completed several times tonight where the outside receiver kind of runs his man off, and then the inside receiver runs an out pattern up underneath him, and Zane's been able to hit that one kind of right on the money.
It's going to be same formation as Twins are to each side. One man in the backfield with Zeinert. After the Centex Auto first down, 1st and 10, fakes the handoff. He's going to swing one out. That is going to be an excellent move. Now he's got to find some running room up across the 20, the 10, stiff arms a man, and he's going to go down at the 10. What a move that was. Left somebody in his shoes.
I tell you, Kaysen Goolsby, he faked two guys completely out of their cleats on that play. That's a big-time play for a freshman right there against a couple of really good defenders there from Caldwell.
I like what the Yeomen have done here offensively. It's been a couple of quick, easy passes for Zeinert into some rhythm. 11 on the clock here in the Etcho and Texas third quarter. Yeomen deep in territory as they are in the Bling Box Boutique red zone. Now just swinging one out. That ball is going to be tipped away.
Kind of trying to hit Sanchez on a quick little hitch play there, and just really overthrew him. He had him open, just kind of floated a little bit.
Yeah, Yeomen deep in the Bling Box Boutique red zone. If you want to know where that is, they're located in 111 North Central, downtown Cameron. And don't forget to check out their Facebook. They post all kinds of stuff there. I mean, specials, videos, all kinds of cool stuff. You got to go check it out for yourself. That's the Bling Box Boutique in downtown Cameron. Wonderful, wonderful folks, too, the Renaults are. Just about 11 minutes to go here in this quarter. Yeomen have trips off to the right side here in the Bling Box Boutique red zone. Low snap. Zeinert's going to pick it up off the ground and try to muscle his way forward, but not a whole lot of places to go. And, in fact, I think he maybe got back to the line of scrimmage to the 9.
Yeah, he did there, I think. But, man, something definitely wasn't in sync there. Tapped the ball early, or some of our linemen never really got out of their stance there. So definitely busted plays. It's hard to describe exactly what it was supposed to be.
It ought to be, I believe, third down and goal from the 9.
Actually, must have been a penalty on that play because it's second and goal from the 4. So
yeah, it had to have been a penalty. So second and goal instead from the 4-yard line. So from the 4, now we're going to get a timeout by the Yeomen. So we'll take one with them as the Yeomen out in front, 19-15. This is Yo Football at 105 on the Ranch.
In sports, as in cars, everyone loves a great drive. Centex Auto is dedicated to bringing you a great drive every single time you get in the car. Whether you're listening to the game or you're behind the wheel, when you need a car, go to the Buy Here, Pay Here dealer, Centex Auto. Check out both locations in Temple or visit them online at centex-auto.com. As you listen in on this great drive, remember that Centex Auto is a proud supporter of all Central Texas athletes.
All right, welcome back here as we continue on in the Echo in Texas third quarter. The Yeoman knocking on the door, 2nd and goal from the Caldwell 4-yard line. 10:53 on the clock. It is 19-15. The Yeoman out in front right now. They'll have the ball on the near hash mark. A twin back set, flanked to either side of Zeinert. He's got two receivers off to his left. And he hands it off, looking for the sweep play around the left side, and he will easily coast into the end zone untouched from 4 yards out. Touchdown, Yeoman.
And we had Keyshawn Johnson in there as a lead blocker for Fabian Bynum there on that sweep play. And Keyshawn just totally obliterated somebody out there to kind of seal the edge and make it just a walk-in touchdown for Fabian there.
Wonderful drive, capped off with a 4-yard touchdown run by Bynum, and it's now 25-15. Yeoman will now try for an extra point. By the way, we gave away barbecue. How about that?
That is a good deal for somebody.
It is. And, wow. Caldwell completely offsides. I mean, he was... I think he could have received the snap.
Yeah, he could have took the snap. Yeah, yeah.
I'm glad we were thinking the same page.
I'm telling you, he is 4 or 5 steps into the backfield every single extra point attempt.
I mean, we hadn't even hiked.
So we must have. I think we jumped as well, and so they called offsetting penalties. Oh no, we just declined it.
So decline the penalty, and now try for the extra point here. Again, here comes an extra point try. This time, the kick is up and through. That's your Cryer Collision extra point. That's Cryer Collision, 3003 North Travis and Cameron for all your auto body repair needs. Call Cryer Collision, 697-2122. Yeoman now lead at 26-15. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
Hi, I'm Jason Donok from Edco Development. What happens when that bargain roofing job fails? Your roof leaks and your ceiling is damaged. You pay for it. That's what. Especially when your bargain roofer is uninsured. Good idea? No. So why take chances? Edco Development has been there for you since 1984. New construction, roofing, remodeling, siding, and more. Call us first. 254-697-2186. 697-2186.
Back here at Yo Field, the Yeoman now out in front, 26-15 over the Caldwell Hornets. 10:50 to go here in the Metro in Texas third quarter. Let's get to your Don's Painted Body scoring drive real quick. It's going to end up as 4 plays, 48 yards, ends on a Bynum 4-yard touchdown run. That's Don's Painted Body, taking the dents out of accidents and more than 20 years experience. Give them a call, 697-2011. Yeoman now getting ready to kick off. I got to draw another name as well. For another Echo in Texas plate here. As we pull that up, and it's Butch Thompson. All right, Butch.
All right.
See if we can get the Yeoman to score a touchdown for you here.
You know, that was the most disappointing part about whenever I was getting my lunch today is I looked over at the box to put your name in it, and you keep telling me I'm not eligible, so I need to stick my name in there.
Yeoman will punch this one. That is going to be a short kick, fielded at the 25-yard line, trying to work his way back towards the middle of the field. He's going to be grabbed by a shirt as a flag comes flying in. He will go down, and we've got a flag on the play.
Yeah, the Yeoman defender that was in hot pursuit there was being held and blocked in the back as he was trying to make the tackle there. So I believe they'll start back another 10 yards from where they are.
By the way, I'm also told by our IT folks we've got 5 people listening in from Canada.
So we're in multiple countries.
We're worldwide.
We are worldwide. Man, Yeoman football has come a long way in 100 years, hasn't it?
It has. Again, thank you for each and every one of you that are listening and or watching. Appreciate all the love and support. I know that Kelvin Kelman said when I went over to talk to him at halftime, he said we've got something like around 500 listeners or 500 watchers, I guess.
Oh, nice. 500 viewers. That's excellent.
Pretty good stuff. Wonderful work that he does with Sport Picks USA, bringing all of the amazing things that you're able to watch
during each and every one of these games. Meanwhile, Yeoman on defense now, as Hornets will pitch off to the left side, tries to take the high pitch and run around the left side, and not finding a lot of running room on that side, just a couple of yards there.
Different play than we've seen out of Caldwell so far tonight. It was just a regular old, what I call a junior high quick pitch. But a good coach, a really good coach that I know, he used to tell me that that's the best play in football.
So about 10:15 on the clock here in our Rancho in Texas third quarter. A 26-15 lead for the Yeomen here. A second down and 8 coming up for the Hornets from the 22-yard line. That's their own 22 from the far hash mark. Moving left to right on the radio dot. Takes a snap and hands off, but in the backfield he's met and immediately goes down.
I'd say Eduardo Gill was off on the snap of the ball and just shot through that gap like nobody's business. And if he didn't grab the running back, he was going to take the ball and go score there. He just absolutely destroyed the play right there.
He has been an anchor in the middle of that defensive line for the first 4 weeks.
Yes, he has. Outstanding young defensive lineman for the Yeomen there.
9.5 to go here in this quarter. Yeomen out in front as a third down and 11 facing the Caldwell Hornets. They come out in that pistol formation. Spins out of a fake handoff and then lets it go. That ball's caught in a group of Yeomen, and I think he lost the ball out of bounds. The Yeomen jumped on it out of bounds, but I believe that will stay in Caldwell's hands.
Yeah, I think you're right there. Man, I tell you, Brent, I am super, super impressed with the Caldwell wide receivers. I'm thinking if I'm their coach, I might not be in the slot T. I might, drop back in the shotgun and try to fling that mater around a little more.
Well, it goes as a first down for the Hornets. Yeah, and that's one of the things we kind of talked around in the pregame shows that under a second-year coach, they didn't run slot T a year ago in his first year. They were running a normal spread offense, but here we are in year 2, and he makes a complete 180.
Yeah, and they're like I said, they can really still throw the ball really well.
On the first down, lets one go. That ball is intercepted by the Yeomen. That's going the other way. That's Zachorian Spikes across the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, and he's going to be swung down inside the 5.
A late flag came in there. I don't know what that one is, but wow, what an unbelievable catch, Brett. The receiver really had him kind of posted up, and I thought if any catch the receiver was going to, but it was a little bit over the receiver's reach, and how Zachorian made that catch just is beyond belief. What an unbelievable catch. And then, of course, as soon as he was able to secure the ball all the way, man, he took off like a rocket.
Well, that's as you would expect from a state champion track star, right?
Oh, no doubt at all. And I tell you, they were very, very lucky to be able to force him out of bounds at looks like about the 4-yard line.
Yeah, it'll be first and goal from the 4 from the Blue Box Boutique Red Zone. Again, you need to go check out the Renault's place over there in downtown Cameron, 111 North Central. Go check it out. Wonderful, wonderful stuff. And if you need some Yo gear, that's the place to go.
I have no idea how they make any money with all the sales and everything and discounts and everything they run, Brett. It's absolutely amazing.
And I think if you're a teacher, you get even bonuses.
Oh, yeah. It's wild what they do for teachers and law enforcement and first responders, those type of folks.
Incredible stuff. Handoff. Trying to come up the middle, still on his feet. I think they're going to mark him down at the 1-yard line. On first and goal, that was Johnson on the carry. Inside 8.5 minutes to go. Yeomen are leading right now here in the second half, 26-15, knocking on the door of the end zone, trying to give away some more barbecue here. Again, a handoff up the middle. This time, he will get in. There's a late signal there, but he did get in. Johnson with the touchdown plunge in from a yard out. The Yeomen extend their lead, and we give away more barbecue. Congratulations, Butch Thompson.
Yeah, just two pretty much straight-ahead dive-top plays there by the big power back, Keyshawn Johnson. You know, he kind of exerted himself a little bit in, I guess it was not the Mejia game, but I guess it was the Belleville game. He kind of emerged as a really good player for us there, and we didn't really utilize him much against Franklin, but we didn't really have to, I guess. And so nice to see him get back out there and push the ball across the end zone.
And he's offsides again.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Brett, if I am the head coach from Caldwell, if I'm the special teams coach, the head coach, anybody, if I'm on that staff, I've had it with that guy. He is not going to be on the defensive side of the ball when the other team is taking their extra point, because he is offsides every single time.
So from the 1, they move up 1 yard, or I guess 2 yards. This time the kick is up for your Cryer Collision extra point. It is good. That's Cryer Collision for all your auto body repair needs. Call 697-2122. Their score 33-15. The Yeomen out in front. 8:11 to go here in the Etcho, Texas third quarter. This is Yo Football, brought to you by here on 105 on the Ranch.
Predicting the unexpected in life is impossible. That's why it's called Unexpected. So when it comes to your financial goals, our philosophy is don't predict, prepare. Hi, I'm Edward Jones financial advisor, Melanie Romine. A job loss, change in health, or loss of a loved one can make a big impact on your family's financial security. Let's work together to help make sure you're equipped for life's unexpected events. Stop by our office at 315 South Houston here in Cameron for a face-to-face appointment. Edward Jones, making sense of investing, member SIPC.
All right, let's get to your Don's Painted Body scoring drive. On that one, it's going to be super simple. Your Don's Painted Body scoring drive says 2 plays, 4 yards, and Keyshawn Johnson plunges in from a yard out to score the touchdown. The extra point is true, and that is your Don's Painted Body scoring drive, and it also gave away more barbecue, so congratulations to Butch Thompson. 2 touchdowns here in the quarter for the Yeomen. There's 8:11 to go in this quarter, as the Yeomen will kick off now, and that ball fielded almost fielded at the 20. He dropped it, now having to retreat, pick it up, and scramble for it. He's going to be picking it up at the 10-yard line, makes it back to about the 13.
And Fabian Bynum doing an outstanding job of, just getting on his horse and going, and so that making sure that when the young man was able to pick the ball up finally, Fabian was really right there and didn't allow him to get his motor running and get anywhere at all on the return, just shutting him down from the very start there.
By the way, we did draw another name, Roy Martinez. So if the Yeomen can score yet again here in this touchdown quarter, you'll win a free meat plate as well to Etcho in Texas. 8:05 is on the clock. It's a 33-15 lead for the Cameron Yeomen now. Caldwell has the football from their own 13-yard line. First, the 2 wide receivers set, but they hand it off, going up the middle, and he will fight forward for about 3-4 yards.
Yeah, he kind of just ran into a sea of humanity there for a couple yards. They kind of going back to what they were having a little bit of success with in the first half, which is smart if you're Caldwell there. So, but I'm going to go out on a limb right here, Brett, and say that Jamie and Jamie are going to have to give away some more barbecue tonight.
I'm okay with that. They need to get us some, too.
For sure.
A special delivery. That's what I need. Inside 7.5 to go here in the Etcho in Texas third quarter.
49.
Share with the class.
Score update, McGregor 49, Rockdale 20.
This was a handoff around that left side for Caldwell, and he lost yards back to maybe the original line of scrimmage. Yeah. Lost about 3 on the carry.
Yeah, that's something that the Yo defense year to year has been very good about defending, is if you try to get to the edge on us, usually we've got enough speed that you're just not going to be very successful getting around the edge against the Yo defense.
That's absolutely true. And it's now going to be a 3rd down and long for Caldwell. 3rd and 9 as the clock continues to tick. Inside 6:45 to go in the quarter. And the Hornets looking to throw, looking down the middle, and he's going to launch this one deep. That ball is caught over the shoulder across midfield to the Yo 47-yard line.
That young man made a phenomenal catch right there. And, you heard a guy's making double moves. He actually was double covered, and it took him actually a triple move to be able to get a step on us and make that catch right there. But absolutely outstanding catch there by the Caldwell Hornet wide receiver.
We got to talk about the arm for the Caldwell quarterback, because that was Now lining up 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line. This time it's the Wildcat quarterback, but he hands the ball off here, and they'll get 3 yards out of it.
Kind of a trap or draw type looking play there, kind of a slow developing play, and slow developing plays typically are again plays that we normally are able to defend very well. It's those really quick hitters that we seem to have some trouble with, and so I don't mind them running some of those.
Hornets facing 2nd and 7 on the Yoe side of the field from the 44-yard line. Hornets come to the line. Quarterback in the pistol. Takes a snap, fakes a handoff. He's rolling to his right, and he lets it go. And that ball is going to be incomplete. It looked like the defender and the receiver ran into each other, and a flag came in.
Yeah, I think Randy Flores was trying to make a play on the ball there and didn't see the receiver out of the corner of his eyes and just kind of ran right into him there. And so I think it's going to be pass interference against the Yeomen.
Waiting on a call for that. Referees are still talking. There'll be pass interference against the Yeomen.
11-yard penalty, spot foul.
So that will set the Hornets up at the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 33 of Cameron. 5:34 on the clock. Yeoman leading 33-15. Hornets in the pistol. Pitches out to the left side. Cuts back up the middle, and he is going to be hit at the knees and goes down for game.
Yeah, Fabian Solomon just came up and just sawed him right off at the knees on that little quick pitch play right there.
I might feel that in the morning.
Brett, I did have a message from one of our listeners that said that they don't consider that Canada counts as being worldwide. I disagree with them. It's not in the United States of America. And we also have listeners in Korea, so multiple countries.
Yep. Coming up on 5 minutes, 20 seconds left. 2nd and 7 here for the Hornets. Looking to throw. He's going to chunk this one deep, and he's going to overthrow everybody. And flags come in after the fact.
Wow, what is that about? I mean, Pharrell Hemphill made a play on the ball. There might have been a little bit of incidental contact right there, but I sure wouldn't call that pass interference.
That was this will be an interesting call. I mean, that was well after the play, and that ball was not catchable.
No.
I mean, it was into the end zone.
Personal foul.
Personal foul against the Yeomen.
Personal foul. 15-yard penalty will give the Hornets a first down.
I didn't see anything that would warrant a personal foul right there, so I really don't know.
Those of you with the video can let us know.
Yeah.
With the replay. Kelvin, I'm sure, is putting that together. I'm not sure what that was, but a personal foul against the Yeomen sets up Caldwell now, 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. Excellent field position right now, and for the Hornets, they set a man in motion, and it's going to be a pitch back, but he's got nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And a Yeoman is down as well.
Looks like a cramp.
Yeah, it does.
So.
.502 left to go here in this Central in Texas third quarter. An injury timeout for the Yeomen right now, working out a cramp down around the 10-yard line. Some scores for you. McGregor leading Rockdale 49-20. Lorena has now taken the lead over unbeaten Academy 34-20.
And, of course, Troy has the bye tonight.
Yeah, and Troy is on the bye. And Lexington was getting
demolished
by Franklin.
Yes.
What a crazy opening week of district this has been.
Yeah, it's 2020, my man. That's the only way you can describe it.
We'll take they're still working on the end. Let's take a 30-second timeout again. Yeoman out in front, 33-15, 5:02 to go here in the third quarter. You're listening to Yo Football on the Ranch.
Discover the many services that Standards Home Health can provide for you or a loved one in need of in-home health care, like skilled nursing care, home health aides, cardiac recovery, pulmonary recovery, physical therapy, speech therapy, and occupational therapy services. And for those difficult times, they provide compassionate hospice care. Standards Home Health, raising the standards for in-home health care in the state of Texas. Call today for a free in-home consultation, 1-888-671-7007.
All right, welcome back here to Yo Field. It is homecoming night. 5:02 on the clock here in this HON Texas third quarter. That's what's left in the quarter. Yeomen are out in front, 33-15. It's been an injury timeout. That player is up, gingerly walking off after a cramp, so he will come off the field. But right now the Yeomen find themselves in a pickle as Caldwell has the football down at the Yo 15-yard line. Helped along by a personal foul penalty, which was interesting to say the least. So on second down and 10 from the 15-yard line. One wide receiver out to the left, and they're going to go that way. Looking for the, and he's going to throw it incomplete. So a third down coming up.
Just kind of a single receiver flag route there. And we've got Pharrell Hemphill on him, which Pharrell and he are about the same size. Young man looks like he might be a little thicker than Pharrell, though. But Pharrell obviously is a very outstanding pass defender there in the secondary, so not worried about that at all.
On third down and 10 now for the Hornets. One receiver off to the right side and bunched. Handoff. Bouncing around to the right side. He's found some speed inside the 10-yard line, and flags come flying in here.
They ran that all-tackle veer again, and we stayed outside, but we stayed a step too far outside, so he was able to cut it in underneath us there and almost outran us to the corner.
I'll say there's been a lot more flags here in the second half. Was third and 10.
Personal foul, face mask violation.
So, another personal foul against the Yeomen here.
I'm not sure if if they called a face mask or a horse collar there, but either one of them, I don't think it was. Not that it really matters at that area of the field. I mean, half the distance to the goal is not very far there, but still, just. You like to see the game played cleanly, no matter where the fouls are occurring.
So first and goal for the Hornets from the 3-yard line. Cameron in front, 33-15. And on the Wildcat, going to keep it still on his feet, and he's going to be into the end zone. And Johnson finally gets in.
It looks like we might have another Yeoman down here, Brett.
Yeah, it does look that way.
I tell you, that Wildcat quarterback is extremely talented. If I was coaching Caldwell, I'd do one of two things differently than what they're doing. I'd either get in the spread and throw the ball a lot because they're really pretty darn good at it, or if I was not going to be in the spread, I'd have that young man as my quarterback, and I would run him until his tongue was wagging.
Another injury timeout here for the Yeomen. Looks to be another cramp. It's 4:33 on the clock. Caldwell has just scored. It's 33-21. The Yeomen are leading in this ball game. Here in the HON Texas third quarter. The Yeomen have really pitched in on the Caldwell side with a couple of serious penalties.
Yeah, and we kind of dominated this third quarter and would so even more if you take away the penalty yardage and the extra lives that we've given them through the penalties.
That is correct. As, again, tending to a Yo player who is down at about the 3-yard line right now. But an extra point try will be coming up for the Hornets. The other interesting thing with Caldwell, talking about the quarterback situation, coming into this ball, Caldwell was throwing about 30% of the time, which is uncharacteristic, first of all, for a slot T team, but they don't throw 30% of the time like Belleville throws 30% of the time.
Yeah, their passing plays are much more traditional slot T type passing plays, very play action type stuff. But they're really good at it. I mean, their receivers are much better ball catchers than most slot T receivers are, just because most slot T receivers just don't get that many opportunities to even practice it. And these guys can really catch the ball.
Yeah, it's been interesting to watch here tonight, because it's not even a traditional slot T either, because they have yet to be under center.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, they're at about a 2.5 yard shotgun.
It's like the pistol T.
It's pistol T. There you go, pistol slot T. It's definitely a hybrid. Of many sorts. So there's some other scores we can run through right here while we're waiting for Eduardo Gill, who's up off the turf, to get off the field here. Longview is up on Temple 13-10. That's up at Jerry World tonight. Belton's up 27-14 going into the fourth quarter over Georgetown. Liberty Hill leads Ellison 28-18. Got Hearn is over Holland at the start of the fourth quarter, 21-20. Close game there. Refugio's running away against Taft, 41-0, and Buffalo leads Rogers 40-28 with 6 minutes to go in the ball game. So looks like Rogers is going to take another one tonight, unfortunately, for our friends down the road.
All right, we got the extra point try. Skills off the field now. Here it comes. The kick is up and off the crossbar, and it's kind of dinking out.
Just another, again, only way I can really describe that right now, Brett, is it's 2020.
Score remains 33-21. The Yeomen are out in front in this one. 4:33 to go in the Etcho, Texas third quarter. This is Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch. Actually, I guess we will keep it right here. And so as Yeomen will be receiving here from a Caldwell kickoff. This is the last couple of, the last series for Caldwell was not the prettiest for Cameron fans.
No, it was a little bit of sloppiness there. And, of course, they made a couple of really nice plays there. The deep pass to the young man in the center of the field was, where he made the triple move, was a really nice play. But definitely like back to playing that good defense we were playing at the start of the third quarter there.
If you look at it, Cameron comes out, immediately puts 2 touchdowns on the board here in this, and you look like you're about to run away with this ball game, and then you let Caldwell right back in.
Yeah, but I'm rooting for Roy Martinez to get some barbecue right here.
I'll take that. I like giving away free barbecue, especially when it's as good as Etcho in Texas. Kickoff coming up. Caldwell trying the onside. It's going to take a funky bounce, and that is going to be a huge hit as the Yeomen do manage to, I think, get the football.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is I'm not sure who that is that went up in the air to secure the ball and come down with it right there. It looks like it's Jaden Sanchez. Outstanding job, man. That was a great onside attempt, or onside kick attempt, rather, where it took that late high bounce like you want, and Jaden went up and secured the ball and paid for it.
Actually, Goolsby.
Was it? I thought was it not 2?
No, I believe that was 9.
Okay.
But, yeah, because he was the guy he's the one that got in.
Gotcha.
I think he got the wind knocked out of him for a second.
But it's nice to be able to set up shop here on the 48-yard line.
That it will be. Yeomen will have the football here, 1st and 10, right near midfield. Excellent field position. Cameron leading 33-21. Twin receivers will be to each side. Again, Roy Martinez, you're on the clock, buddy, for a potential 3-beat play. Handoff. Makes the first man miss, gets into the secondary, and he's going to go down at the 45-yard line of Caldwell.
And I was thinking there before we ran the play, Brett, that they are so pass conscious against us right now defensively that something like a draw play would look really, really good against that front that they've got lined up there. And it wasn't a draw; it was kind of that kind of zone or counter type play with a puller in front of him. But a nice looking play right there by Fabian Bynum.
Second down and 3 inside of 4 minutes left in the quarter. It's Twins to each side still. Zinert hands the ball off, trying to follow his lead blocker around the right side, and he is going to have enough for a Centex Auto first down at the 40-yard line.
And really nice job by Fabian there of kind of dragging the defender with him. The defender had him around the waist, and he just refused to go down, was going to make sure he got the first down and some more.
Not only that, but protecting the football.
Yeah, exactly.
Again with twin receivers after the Centex Auto first down. Takes a low snap and gets quick fires off to the left side, but that ball is dropped by Goolsby.
And I tell you, the Yeomen are very lucky right there because it bounced right up into number 7 from Caldwell's hands, and that was very close to being a backwards pass there, which would have been a live ball, and it would have just been a walk-in from 50 yards for a touchdown there.
So seeing some new faces at wideout. Dylan Aiken had lined up at wideout in the last play. This time they've got Randy Flores out there. A couple of names we haven't seen very often. Again with twin receivers as Zinert fires one over to the right side. It spins out of the first tackle, spins out of another inside the 20-yard line, and then hits out of bounds, and a flag will come in late.
Again, we ran that play where we run our wide receiver off, and the inside receiver runs that quick out pattern, and Zane threw that. He really had to thread that one through a couple of defenders and put it right on the money.
That he did. Some help, too, from Caldwell this time.
Sanchez, he gets 26 yards.
And he kind of slipped a couple tackles right there and picked up a few more yards at the end.
It looked like he paid for it, though, on that first one. He got walloped, but somehow spun out of it. And they're going to wipe that flag.
No flag.
Interesting.
That is interesting. 3:30 on the clock. The Yeomen are in the Bling Box Boutique red zone. Ball is going to be sitting at about the 14-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Yeomen. Trips off to the short side of the field on the far side. But Zinert going to keep rolling to his left. Looking for some running room, dances around to his right, tries to muscle his way into the end zone, but instead he'll be a yard short.
Nice job of lead blocking by Fabian Bynum right there. You know, that's something you really like to see. Young man's, obviously a very good ball carrier. Nice speed, good quickness. He's, rushed for some yards tonight, received some yards tonight. But it's nice to see him get out and be on the other end of that and be the guy delivering the leading block on that play as well.
Well, there's an injury timeout for Caldwell right now. 3:18 on the clock. Yeomen are leading 33-21, but have the football at the 1-yard line of Caldwell. Looking to add on to the lead and potentially try to give away some more barbecue. Well, let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back in a moment. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
You know the problem. More stuff than storage. Lone Star Structures has you covered. Lone Star Structures' skilled craftsmen have been building top-notch sheds since 1997. Design your own with their brand-new shed builder at LoneStarStructures.com or browse their available inventory for quick delivery. Lone Star Structures, Midway Drive exit in Temple or Highway 77 in Rosebud Lot. Call 800-551-4807. Lone Star Structures. Buy local. Buy from folks you trust.
Welcome back here as we return from the injury timeout. As just learned from our IT folks that we have 4 listeners from the Ukraine.
Very nice, very nice. So not just Canada and was it Korea or North Korea?
South Korea.
South Korea. Okay, all right. I was mistaken. I thought it was North Korea. So Canada, South Korea, and the Ukraine.
They don't have internet. And then we had South Dakota and Fort Campbell, Kentucky. Good stuff. I love seeing stuff. We talked about being worldwide, and pretty incredible that
Cameron can make a trip around the world to your TV set, internet, whatever.
Yeah, if there's anything that's good that's come out of 2020, it's been the ability of people far and wide to be able to watch some Yeoman football.
First and goal from the 1. Handoff right up the middle, untouched. Yeoman touchdown. Bynum from just a yard out extends the Yoe lead to 39-21.
And that's more free barbecue for, that was Roy Miller, right?
Roy Martinez,
I'm sorry, not Roy Miller. Roy Miller used to play for the Bears. I don't know what I was thinking.
I have to get some more names here in a minute. Yeoman extending the lead, 39-21, 3:07 on the clock. A extra point try coming up, brought to you by Cryer Collision.
Let's see if number 7's offsides. He's way back this time. Surely not.
The kick is up and good. And so your Cryer Collision extra point is true. That is Cryer Collision for your auto body repair needs. You can stop by 3003 North Travis in Cameron. That's Cryer Collision. They score 40-21 here in the Texas third quarter, and congratulations to Roy Martinez winning that 3B play to Echo in Texas. We'll draw one more name coming up in a moment. Meanwhile, Yeoman out in front, 40-21 on homecoming. We're back in a moment.
A night under the stars in Huge Live Oaks. Craft beers and award-winning wines or casual dining in a beautifully restored historic home for upscale food. But wait, what if you could have both? You can at Central Avenue Bistro in the historic Lawrence Hubert House at 312 North Central Avenue in Cameron. Come see what is new and old all over again. Patio or inside dining for dinner Thursday through Saturday, 5 to 10 p.m. For info or to schedule a private party, call 254-627-0083 or check their Facebook page.
At it here as we get to our Don's Paint and Body scoring drive after the Yeoman touchdown. That's Don's Paint and Body across from Brookshire Brothers in Cameron. And that is going to end up 6 plays, 52 yards. Bynum takes it in from a yard out on the touchdown run. The extra point is true. Iron score 40-21. The Yeomen are out in front preparing to kick off. 3:07 left to go here in the quarter. And we've drawn another name, Warren Wren. If the Yeoman can score here the next 3 minutes, Warren Wren will take home some barbecue. The kickoff fielded at the 30-yard line, now fighting forward as he is going to come up across the 40-yard line to about the 42.
Update on that Rockdale-McGregor game. Rockdale has not gone quietly into the night. They've cut it to 49-34 with 7 minutes left in the ball game. So they're down 2 scores, but definitely still within shot now.
That's a team with lots of talent. They can make quick scores, too. 3:02 on the clock. It's Caldwell football. 1st and 10 from their own 42-yard line. Yeoman out in front, 40-21. One in motion for the Hornets from that pistol formation. Pitches off to the right side, sort of stumbles in the backfield, and he'll go down at the 41-yard line.
Yoe linebacker Fabian Solomon shot the gap on that little pitch play right there and just nailed him in the backfield for a nice little about 1 to 2 yard loss.
2nd down and 11 now from the 41. Coming up on 2.5 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Yeoman out in front by 19 points. Making some shifts, and now a jump by the Yeoman here.
Yeah, Dominic Rangel there at that outside linebacker position kind of jumped the gun a little bit there and was in the backfield by a couple of steps when they got ready to snap the ball there.
Penalty against the Yeoman.
A penalty against Cameron. We'll give Caldwell a 2nd and 6. Clock continuing to roll. Coming up on 2 minutes to go in the quarter. Hornets come to the line, trailing by 19. Approaching midfield. Looking to throw, quarterback rolling to his left, still rolling, now being chased, and he's just going to let it go, and that is going to be incomplete into the Caldwell bench.
Excellent coverage by the Yeomen there on defense.
And I tell you, they were trying to also leak a back out, and Fabian just totally just demolished him at the line of scrimmage, preventing the quarterback from having another outlet to be able to distribute the ball to.
Still 1:52 to go, and a 3rd and 6 now for the Hornets.
Yeah, I'm still liking our chances to give away some more barbecue here, Brett. We get to stop right here.
I think Warren Wren would like that.
I'm rooting for you, Warren.
Hornets fake the pitch, and now throwing off the back foot. That ball picked off by the Yeomen. Now giving ground to find some running room up across the 20, comes to the 30, the 40. Now it darts the sideline as there you go, Jaden Sanchez with the interception.
And now they're just kind of getting desperate, just kind of dropping back and throwing it deep, and we're able to get some guys there and make some really nice plays on the ball.
And another turnover for the defense. Is that +5 now?
That sounds right. I think, is it 3 interceptions and 2 fumble recoveries?
I think so.
I think that's Jaden's got 2 interceptions. A nice return on that too, because he caught that ball down wasn't it around the 10-yard line or so?
No, well, he retreated.
Well, and that's the thing. He caught it going backwards there, and so he kind of retreated, I guess, till he was able to get back north and south.
4 turnovers. Nice up the middle run. All the first play of the drive, that'll get the Yeomen to midfield, and above it, or beyond it, to the 49 for Caldwell. So, yeah, we think 4 turnovers is the correct number. So 2 picks and 2 fumbles. Coming up on a minute to go. Yeomen, 2nd and 6 from the Caldwell 49-yard line. Twin receivers out to the right, Twins to the left. Instead of handoff here. Bynum trying to fight his way forward. He's going to pick up about 2 yards.
And I tell you, Fabian's really working on kind of becoming a guy that can go inside and outside, which I like. I mean, he only got a couple yards right there, but he's kind of been a guy that's been more of a scat back type guy so far this season. So it's nice to see him kind of put his nose into the middle right there.
Well, also again showing that he can protect the football. Had 2 arms on it. Inside of 30 seconds to go here in the quarter. Twins to each side. Yeomen near midfield. Zeinert looking to throw. Slings it out there, but incomplete, out of the reach of his intended target, Pharrell Hemphill. Actually, that might have been Goolsby.
Yeah, I think it was Kaysen Goolsby.
9 and 8 looks close enough.
Yeah, except for Kaysen's not quite as tall as Pharrell is.
You are correct.
He's a little more vertically challenged.
20 and a half seconds left here in this quarter. The Yeomen out in front by 19, 40-21. Spikes alone to the right, 2 men to the left. Is on 4th down. Zeinert was backing up to punt, but timeout being called.
I think we were up against the play clock there.
So with a timeout by the Yeomen, we'll take one with them. Cameron out in front here on homecoming night. We're back in a moment.
Denio's Furniture, Flooring, and Fireplaces offers the best selection on name brand furniture like Lazy Boy recliners, sofas and love seats, Simmons mattresses, Mohawk and Shaw flooring, and Fireplace Extraordinaire fireplaces. If you haven't been to Denio's lately, visit their showroom on Highway 77, 1 mile north of Cameron. New inventory arriving daily. Denio's, your best choice for furniture and flooring in Milam County. Denio's Furniture, Flooring, and Fireplaces. Proud to support Yeomen Athletics, a winning tradition.
With just 20 and a half seconds to go, 4th down, facing the Yoe offense here. Zeinert had backed up to punt. He'll do so again here. Caldwell sending a man deep. The short punt, that's going to be an angled punt over towards the Caldwell sideline. And it takes a Caldwell bounce. Not a good punt there for Zeinert.
Yeah, Zane has had some really good ones tonight. That one really wasn't one of them, though. It looked like he caught it a little bit deep on his foot, a little bit too much towards the ankle instead of near the toe.
Leaves 7.4 seconds left here in the third quarter, as the Caldwell offense will come to the field with enough time to run about one play. So 1st and 10 for the Hornets as they take over from the Caldwell 34-yard line. From that pistol formation, pitches back. Now cuts back to the inside and has nowhere to go. Got 2 yards. And that will be the final play of the Etcho and Texas third quarter. The Yeomen and the third up 40-21 over the Caldwell Hornets. That means we'll start our fourth quarter. Brought to you by the Yoe Athletic Booster Club, supporting the Cameron Yeomen on and off the field. You can become a member and join the Booster Club. They meet Mondays at 7 p.m.
Yeah, and those meetings, again, right now are still being held out at the Cameron Country Club. Due to the COVID restrictions, not allowed to have those type of meetings on school grounds.
Yeomen out in front 40-21 as they switch ends of the field here. Ready for a fourth quarter. Caldwell will have the football here. This second half, Kenny, has been about what you'd expect, I feel like, out of, I think, what everybody expected out of the Yeomen for this entirety of this game.
Yeah, I think, the second half has been much more what everybody expected tonight, for the Yeomen to kind of come out and just totally dominate. And that's obviously nothing near what we've done yet tonight in the first half, but in the second half, that's pretty much what we've done all the way.
So Caldwell football facing a 2nd down and 8 from their own 36-yard line. Hornets coming out of that pistol formation. Now rolling to his right as the quarterback, looking for something, anything, and then he's going to fire one over towards the chain gang.
They had a kind of a guy kind of what they call waggle block out there to try to protect the quarterback as he was rolling out, and we had Eduardo Gill and Fabian Solomon both in hot pursuit, and the lineman decided to block our lineman. Actually, that wasn't Gill. I think that was Bailey. But Solomon continued on and put a little lick on the quarterback there, and I think that officials judged that as being a little bit late.
Yeah, they penalized him for that. They hit on the quarterback. And
that's one of those plays that, several years ago, probably 5-10 years ago, that was a no call. But in this day and time, they just, quarterbacks get a lot more protection than they used to.
Puts the Hornets on the Yoe side of the football field. The Yoe 49-yard line, so a huge penalty there. And for the Hornets, 1st and 10. Now moving right to left across the radio dial. 2 receivers off to the right side. Quarterback looking that direction, and he fires one deep. That ball is caught despite great coverage, and he's going to get inside of the red zone to about the 18-yard line. And now flags come in well after the play.
Yeah, Farrell had really good coverage there, but the young man made an unbelievable catch. And then somebody, I'm not sure if that was Sanchez or somebody, came in and just totally finished him off. Or maybe it was Brazil. Or it could have been Flores even. I'm not sure which one of those young men it was, but then obviously a late flag there. So,
well, this will be interesting to see how they sort this out. There was obviously some extracurriculars well after that play, because, that play was over and done with, and the Caldwell Hornets offense had already meandered well towards where the player was down before flags came flying in. A huge play, though, for the Caldwell offense, despite great coverage, too.
Yeah, dead ball and sportsmanlike conduct against the Yeomen. I don't know. I didn't see anything occur there, but
that will really push Caldwell towards the end zone. He'll have the ball at the 10-yard line. So first and goal from the 10.
I hate to see us getting back in that habit of having those personal fouls. We seem to have a lot of that last year, and really, that I'm not sure if we've had one before tonight this year. So definitely want to make sure we get back on top of that.
Looks like they've gone back to that Wildcat. Going to keep it. Johnson around the left side, and he's going to be upended at the 9.
Nice job by the little freshman, Kason Goolsby, there coming up from his strong safety position and just cutting the feet out of the talented Wildcat running back there. Or quarterback, I'm sorry.
Yeoman out in front by 19 here in the Yoe Athletic Booster Club fourth quarter. It's a 40-21 ball game, but Caldwell is deep in Yoe territory right now. Second and goal from the 9-yard line. Twin receivers off to the right side this time. Quarterback hands off around the right side, and tailback will get inside the 5 to the 4. Make that, about the 4.
Landon Green was able to step up and make first contact there, but didn't quite have a good enough angle to get a whole lot of him, but slowed him down enough that another Yeoman could come in and finish him off to totally keep him out of the end zone.
Coming up on 10.5 minutes to go in this ball game. Yeoman trying to come up with a defensive stand here. From the 4-yard line, third and goal. Single receivers. As it looks like they went to the Wildcat again, but this time hand off to the deep back, and he is going to get into the end zone. Touchdown, Caldwell.
Yeah, they needed 3, and I think he got about 3 1/4. So just barely was able to sneak it in across the goal line.
So the Hornets able to get in with 10:15 left in the ball game. Makes the score 40-27. We'll see what they try to do here.
Looks like they're going for 2 here.
That is what it appears. And they're going to toss one up towards the corner of the end zone, but incomplete, and the 2-point conversion is no good. So 40-27 is where the score will stand. 10:15 to go here in this ball game. The Yeomen are out in front. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
There's something in your home's air this fall. Feel it? It's the perfect air that comes from reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. There are savings in the air, too. Cox's Heating and AC is offering $13.50 in rebates, plus payments as low as $132 a month on a new Lennox system. To rethink your air and learn more, call Cox's Heating and AC, 254-697-4252. For great products, big savings, and perfect air, thank Cox's Heating and AC, your local Lennox dealer. Conditions apply. See dealer for details. License number TACL B009432E.
Back on here this evening as the Yeomen are out in front for homecoming night, 40-27, trying to give the Yo fans a little show tonight on the field, in addition to, of course, the homecoming presentation at half. Good job, by the way, Kenny.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And I noticed that our homecoming queen, Kayla Whitmire, is down here in the second half. She's changed out of her evening gown and back into her cheer uniform and is back down here leading the Yo faithful on and cheers on the sideline.
That is good to see. So 10:15 is what's on the clock. Caldwell just taking a touchdown into the end zone a moment ago, and now getting ready to kick off here to the Yeomen, but it's been penalties here in the second half, but not necessarily just penalties. It's been the 15-yard plus variety.
Yeah, it's been the majors, but you don't want any, but you sure don't want those type of penalties.
You got to be expecting an onside kick, which is what we saw last time. Caldwell had a kick, and that's what they're going to try to do. It's going to take a bounce and be fielded at the 40-yard line, still working on his feet. Jukes out of one man's way and across the 50. He's got a bunch of blockers in his way, and he's up across the 20, the 10, 5, touchdown, Yeoman.
Fabian Bynum just continued to make moves and get behind his blockers and keep dodging and darting his way across the field till he took it all the way across the field and up the sideline there. That young man has really come a long way and grown a lot already this season from where he was at the start of the year. Very proud of the player that he's becoming.
That's a 60-yard kickoff return for a touchdown by Bynum. And I believe that gives him 4 total touchdowns here tonight. 3 rushing, and now 1 by kickoff return.
Was it all 3? Did he have 3 rushing, or was one of them receiving earlier in the ball game? Did I have that wrong?
Or maybe that's right.
Wasn't his first one receiving a little swing pass?
Yeah. First one's a swing pass. You're correct. Prior collision extra point is good. It's 47-27. Now 20-point lead for the Cameron Yeomen here in the Yoe Athletic Booster Club fourth quarter. There's 10:04 to go here in the ball game. Yeomen really starting to pull away here from Caldwell in this one. We're back in a moment.
Caliber Metal in Cameron, Texas provides all your PBR panel, classic rib panel, and standing seam concealed fastener materials. We also cut standard and custom trim up to 21 feet. We have metal to metal and metal to wood screws, closures, pipe boots, and sealants. We have a quick turnaround with 20 colors in stock. Located at 106 South Washington Avenue, Cameron, Texas. Buy local 254-605-4110. And mention the Ranch 1051 and receive a 5% discount for new customers.
I know you came here to see. If you're afraid, then you come over me.
Welcome back here. The Yoe Athletic Booster Club fourth quarter. Yeomen are now out in front by 20 points. Score 47-27. And Don's Paint and Body scoring drive is, it's just a kickoff return for 60 yards by Bynum. He scores his 4th touchdown of the night. He's got 1 receiving, 1 by kickoff return, 2 rushing, and you had a scoring update. What'd you got?
Yeah, looks like Rockdale did get another score there, so they now trail 49-40 with 2:18 left in the ball game. But it looks like it's McGregor possesses the ball right now. So
wow, what a shocker that will be if that score stands. Yeoman kicking off here. That will be fielded at the 25-yard line, being brought up the far sideline, and still on his feet, nearing midfield, still going and churning, and finally will go down. Here midfield. What a run back that was. Here 25 yards on the return.
Yeah, definitely absolutely no quit in the Caldwell Hornets at this point in the ball game.
You are a Caldwell coach. You got to be happy about that. 9:54 on the clock as the Hornets will take over on offense. Trailing by 20. Ball's going to be placed at their own 47-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Hornets. Caldwell comes to the line here. In that pistol formation, single receiver to the right. Hand off around the left side. Tries to juke out of the first man, but instead going to get drugged down. He loses a yard.
And that's Angel Martinez coming up from his linebacker position, making that stop there for a loss of a yard.
2nd down and 11 now. And the Yeomen out in front by 20 points here tonight. 47-27 is the score. Coming up on 9 minutes to go here in the ball game. It's twin receivers off to the right side. Quarterback rolling to his right. Flings one out there. That's going to be caught near the line of scrimmage, and then he'll fight his way forward for 3 yards. That's an impressive catch and balling there.
Yeah, I mean, young man didn't make a whole lot of yards, but he really turned something that was a no-gain play into about 5 or 6 yards there. He's a tough kid.
So inside of 9 minutes left in the ball game. And a 3rd and 6 here for the Hornets. Quarterback in that pistol formation. 2 receivers to his right. Hands off right up the gut. Tailback, or fullback anyways, got nowhere to go.
I think that was Trenton Nix, that was able to come free that time and wrap the running back up really before he was able to get going at all.
Brings up 4th down now for the Hornets. 4th and 5. It's about 8 minutes to go here in this ball game. Yeoman leading 47-27. And the Hornets appear to be going for it on 4th and 5. Trailing by 20. Quarterback's trying to find someone to throw to. Just lets one go, and that ball will be caught, but it's going to be far short of a 1st down.
Yeah, nice job there by Iverson Brazil of just staying with his man, allowing him to make the catch, but getting him on the ground inside the sticks right there so that turnover on downs for the Hornets.
And the quarterback he was running for his life. 7:44 on the clock as the turnover on downs will give the Yeoman the football. The 1st and 10 from their own 46-yard line. Ziner will get another shot at it here at quarterback. Still in the ball game here. The 20-point lead. 1st and 10. Twins to the right and a 2-back set. Ziner hands off. Looking for running room up the right side. Tries to throw a stiff arm, now gets some running room here as he's going to be along the sideline tiptoeing and finally will go down at about the 40-yard line. A Centex Auto 1st down.
Yeah, nice little nifty run by Pharrell Hemphill there. Kind of juking and jiving his way through the Caldwell defense. Looks like there's a Caldwell player down on the turf here. So,
yeah, he is. Player is down for Caldwell. 7:35, the clock will stop. Take a timeout with them. We'll be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
At Milam County Livestock Auction, our goal is to provide the best market environment for both buyers and sellers. Located in Cameron, we're right in the heart of Central Texas, which allows us to service customers from all over the state. I'm Kenan Mingus, and I invite you to join our team every Friday at noon for our weekly sale. You can reach us at 254-697-6697. Check us out on Facebook or at MilamCountyLivestockAuction.com. We look forward to seeing you this Friday at Milam County Livestock Auction. Sale starts at noon.
All right, back at it here as we are continuing here in the 4th quarter. It's an injury timeout for Caldwell. They have a player down at field. He is now being helped up and will be helped off the field.
That Lorena Academy game has gone final, Brett, and Lorena was able to come from behind and win that one 41-27, give the Academy Bumblebees their first loss of the season.
And that's his district loss, too.
Yes, it is.
Well, we kind of expected that from Lorena. Unexpected to see Academy out to a 4-0 start, but makes things all the more interesting.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And the Rockdale-McGregor game is showing 1 minute and 22 seconds left in the ball game.
49-40, 9 points behind with a minute 33 left.
Well, here at Yo Field, it's 47-27 with the football and leading by 20. A handoff here up the middle, and the gashing the Caldwell defense, a stutter step at the 30-yard line, and then finally going to go down. And now we've got some pushing and shoving and flags coming out.
I tell you, Fabian Bynum just put a stutter step move on that guy, and that guy reached out and grabbed air. He just looks silly. So,
Bynum came limping off, too. Hopefully that's nothing major.
Yeah, you're right. Doesn't look like he's too worried about it, but he definitely had a little limp to him as he was coming off the field there.
You talk about making ankle-breaking moves, but you want it to be the other guy.
Yeah. And it was an ankle breaker move, and the other guy looking like he was the one that was going to be hurt, but Fabian definitely got a little bunged up there.
So penalty against Cameron here.
Yeah, another dead ball personal foul after the play there.
Pushes the Yeoman all the way back to their Caldwell 45-yard line. Personal, are you keeping track of that? There's been a lot of personal fouls here in this second half against Cameron. Ball's at the 45-yard line. First and 15. Clock is rolling inside 7:20. Designer taking his time, letting the play clock and the game clock continue to wind. Hiking inside of 5 on the play clock. Hand off up the middle, and there's a 5-yard run. Tough running, too, right there.
But absolutely nothing wrong with that at this juncture in the ball game. Keyshawn Johnson just barreling straight into the line of scrimmage there, securing the ball and picking up about 5 yards on the play there.
So 2nd down and 10 now. And the referees are having a conversation.
I think that it was supposed to have been 1st and 10, not 1st and 15, and they didn't set the chains where the line of scrimmage was, and so I don't know if they're going to go back and try to correct that, or the down box has got to stay put, yeah. Well, now we're going too far back, I believe.
So, if you're listening along on the radio and don't have the video feed, they're moving the first down chains all over the place right now.
Yeah, we've got some definite confusion with the chains right now.
Yeah. So it was originally set between the 40 and the 30. Cameron ran a play. Now they've moved the first down chains back to the 45 and between the 45 and the 35. Is that right?
Yeah. Okay. Good description. You got it right.
2nd and 5, I guess, for the Yeoman here.
And the Rockdale-McGregor game has gone final, and McGregor did take that win.
So the Rockdale Tigers upset tonight by McGregor. 2-back set still for the Yeoman here, waiting for the clock to continue to wind down. This time handoff around the right side. Makes a jump move and then will be brought down after about 3-yard gain.
I believe that's Pharrell Hemphill on the carry. Yeah, Pharrell Hemphill, who's stepped into the backfield there in the kind of that heavy set with the dual running backs flanked on each side of the quarterback.
Inside is 6 minutes to go left in the ball game. The Yeoman leading by 20, 47-27. The other shocking news tonight, our game still continues on, is that Rockdale has fallen to McGregor, and that is, I would say, qualifies as a major upset.
Yeah, I mean, Rockdale, 2 weeks ago before the loss to Lexington was, in maybe the top 5 in the state.
3rd down and 2. Zidert on a keeper around that left side. He's got enough for a Centex Auto first down. It will reset the chains. The clock will continue to churn.
And that's exactly what we want in this juncture in the ball game. Let's get the first down. Let's keep the clock rolling. And, 20 points is plenty of a lead. Let's just get this ball game over with at this point.
Yeoman have it 1st and 10 at the Caldwell 32-yard line. Clock coming up, 5 minutes to go in the ball game. Snyder still in at quarterback. Twin receivers to each side. Ball's handed off, but he is going to be gobbled up in the backfield. And that is a huge loss.
Yeah, it's Keyshawn Johnson. I thought that he might have got drugged down by his face mask there, but no call.
So a 2nd down and about 15 now for Cameron.
The barrage of scoring and penalties in the second half of this ball game is causing us to be one of the last games to finish here tonight.
Yeah, it's really slowed down here in the second half. Clock still running, inside 4:20 to go. Again with a 2-receiver set for Zeinert. 2nd and 15. He's looking to throw. Steps up in the pocket. One goes towards the end zone. Zakorian spikes. Touchdown, Yeoman.
They had Zakorian double covered right there and were really bumping and running with him. But when the ball got about 10 feet away from Zakorian, he just kind of kicked it into another gear and zoomed on past the defenders and was able to make the easy catch and score there.
37-yard touchdown pass. The Yeomen extend their lead, hanging 50-plus on Caldwell. 53-27 is the score. An extra point try is coming up. This extra point attempt by Crier Collision.
Next week's the Battle of the Bell, and the Bell's got an outstanding-looking paint job on it that was done by Crier Collision, I believe.
Crier Collision extra point is up and good, and that's for Crier Collision for your auto body repair needs. Call 254-697-2122. That's Crier Collision. New score 54-27. The Yeomen are out in front in this one. This is Yo Football on 105 on the Ranch.
Legacy Nursing and Rehabilitation, located at 2202 North Travis in Cameron, is proud to back the Fighting Cameron Yeomen in 2020. Good luck to all Yo and Lady Yo athletes, trainers, coaches, cheerleaders, Bell Brigade, and that award-winning Yo High Band. Most people have a story to tell. Yo Nation has a legend. Legacy Nursing and Rehabilitation is proud to say,
Welcome back here at the Yo Athletic Booster Club, fourth quarter. Let's quickly get to the Don's Paint and Body scoring drive. That's going to end up as 7 plays, 54 yards. It's going to end up as a touchdown as Zakorian Spikes has a 37-yard, hauls in a 37-yard touchdown pass. The Yeomen kick the extra point. It's now 54-27. That's your Don's Paint and Body scoring drive. I also want to get to a McElrath Motors stat update. Fabian Bynum has been impressive tonight. 13 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He also has 2 carries, 46 yards for another touchdown, and he's returned to kickoff for a touchdown. Zane Zeinert has 13 yards on 5 carries. You've also got Zeinert going 13 of 24 for 247 yards and 4 touchdowns passing, while Spikes has 2 catches, both for scores, for 61 yards. Sanchez, 5 catches, 92 yards, and a touchdown. There's your McElrath stat update. Now we've got a kickoff by the Yeomen. That is going to be fielded after a short kick up across the 40-yard line near the 45, where Caldwell will set up shop offensively. And that's, by the way, that stat update from McElrath Motors in Cameron. If you want to take the hassle out of Bob, call Ned or Joey, 697-4655. They will find the perfect vehicle for you. Tell them what you're looking for. They'll find it. That's nice when you don't have to do the hunting.
Yeah, they've got a couple of really nice rides over there right now, too. They got a little Chevy SS that is a pretty sweet little car, and they've got a couple of those Jeep Gladiator trucks I saw out there the other day, too, that are pretty nice.
All right, first down and 10 for Caldwell. Going to be a handoff around the right side, but finding little running room. Got a couple of yards here. It'll be a 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Hornets. Less than 4 minutes to go in this ball game. 2nd and 8 at their own 45-yard line. Coming up on 3.5 minutes left in the game. Yeomen leading 54-27. Doubling up the Hornets here. Lucky to throw. Rolling to his right. Gets rid of this one on the run, and that'll be an incomplete pass.
Coach Brashear was the intended receiver on that play.
So a 3rd down. Now coming up for the Hornets. We have seen Caldwell throw the ball a lot here tonight. How many attempts do they have now? 9 of 16? Or, well, 9 of 18. They got 2 from somebody else. So 9 of 18 passing. That's
That's a lot.
Yeah, they were about
pistol team.
They were about 8 of 12 or so in the first half, or 8 of 10 or so in the first half.
Looking to throw again, fires a dart out to the right side. That ball nearly picked off. I think it bounced into the basket of.
Yeah, Iverson Brazil there. A couple of Yeomen had a shot at it, and he was the last of 3 and almost scooped it up, but it just hit the turf before he was able to get his hands underneath it, I believe.
It was close. Brings up a 4th down for the Hornets now, so they will come out in a punting formation. And the Yeomen will send one man deep. 3:14 on the clock after the incomplete pass. Return man standing at his own 30-yard line. And the Hornets look to punt here. Now we've
got to delay a game.
Got a delay. And from what we've seen of the Caldwell punting unit, you don't want to back up any further.
No, It hadn't been real successful in their punting game.
So they'll back 5 yards up. They'll hike this ball from the 40-yard line. Again, it's 4th down for the Hornets here. Looking to punt.
Kason Goolsby back deep to receive the kick.
There's a rolling snap, and then the kick going to hit a Caldwell player and keep running. I thought I hit a Caldwell player.
I don't think it did because I never saw a beanbag, but there for a second I thought it was about to hit Rangel in the back.
It will be downed just outside the 20-yard line.
We need our return man to make sure to communicate with him and let him know, hey, get out of the way. You don't want to have a glance off your back there and you never even see it, and the other team recover a fumble, with basically in essence a fumble there.
So Yeoman will come to the field here on offense, 1st and 10 from the 21-yard line. I believe we're going to get a new quarterback.
Yeah, Landon Green is going to check in at quarterback for Yeoman here, and Rangel is in at the running back position.
So new quarterback with 3:02 on the clock left in this game. Handoff. Tailback fighting his way forward. He'll get decent yardage. Got about 2 yards, it looks like, on the carry. Inside 2.5 minutes to go here in this ball game. Yeoman leading 54-27 of the Caldwell Hornets. From the shotgun. 3 receivers off to the left side on 2nd down and 8. Milking the clock for all they can. Now taking the snap. Fakes a throw. Now takes off running and spins through one tackle. Now being held up, and he will finally go down.
Green will learn as a sophomore on the varsity there that you don't want to take a lot of hits at quarterback.
No, you don't. Inside of 2 minutes left in the ball game. 3rd down coming up for the Yeoman. 3rd and 8. Of course, this is a process of feeling each other out, too, as an offensive coordinator and new quarterback.
Definitely it is, yeah.
Inside of 1.5 minutes to go in the ball game. 3 receivers to the left side on a 3rd down for the Yeoman. Hands the ball off. Looking for the left side. Turns the corner and picks up 4 yards. It brings up 4th down. But should take this inside of 1 minute easily.
It's like punt team checking in.
That is not Zeinert back there, though.
No, it's still Green, looks like. Kind of continuing the philosophy that we've had here in Cameron over several years now of our quarterback being our punter as well.
I think the Yeomen are going to have to take a timeout here. I think they had too many on the field. Somebody ran on late and then got there and started looking around and was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be here.
That's going to stop the clock. 41.5 seconds left here in the ball game. Yeoman will be punting when we return from this timeout. But, yeah, you don't like that look when you have the deer in the headlights when you get out there and you go, wait a minute, I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Yeah, I'm not where I'm supposed to be. There's somebody where I'm
supposed
to be. And so something's not right.
Yeah, that was the look when he ran out there. I want to say that was Iverson Brazil. He ran out there, and the look when you get when your head looks like it spins around and the arms go up, like, what am I doing? What is going on here? That is exactly what happened. All right, so we'll try it again here. Fourth down after. By the way, out of timeouts here for the rest of the ball game. 41.5 seconds is all that's left, though. Now it will be a punt, and that's a high punt, and it will take a Caldwell bounce, and will end up near midfield.
Not a bad punt at all. It probably traveled about 30, 40 yards. Took a little bit of a sandwich action at the end right there and kind of bounced back.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to give it somewhere to about the 46-yard line. So at the 46 is where Caldwell will have it with 34 seconds left in the ball game. The Omen leading 54-27.
Ian Duffy checking in at a linebacker position here.
Lots of new faces out there on defense. Handoff around the right side on an end around. And he'll turn the corner and pick up 4 yards. Just about 20 seconds to go here in this ball game.
Probably going to be the last play of the game there.
I would think so.
I don't think. They don't look like they're getting in any hurry to try to get another one in before the buzzer sounds.
Last 10 seconds of the ball game. That should just about do it. That will be the final play. And that will secure the Omen their first district of 2020. A 54-27 win over the Caldwell Hornets at Yoe Field. And it's a homecoming win, sending the fans home happy on homecoming. All right, so let's take a 30-second timeout. We'll come back in just a moment. We'll break down what we saw, and we'll be back in just a moment. The Yeoman victorious tonight, 54-27.
In sports, as in cars, everyone loves a great drive. Centex Auto is dedicated to bringing you a great drive every single time you get in the car. Whether you're listening to the game or you're behind the wheel, when you need a car, go to the Buy Here, Pay Here dealer, Centex Auto. Check out both locations in Temple or visit them online at centex-auto.com. As you listen in on this great drive, remember that Centex Auto is a proud supporter of all Central Texas athletes.
Welcome back here as we start our post-game show tonight. The Cameron Yoe winning 54-27 in their district opener and on homecoming night here in Cameron. And Kenny, this is a game that Yoe kind of started a little sloppy, a little slow. It still was a little sloppy in the second half, but for other reasons.
Yeah, you know, in the first half it was more of a kind of a rusty, rust and dust looking.
Yes.
Sloppiness. You know, it wasn't that we weren't doing. We just couldn't get the off of us from not getting to play and practice last week, and so definitely nice to see us come out and retake the lead or take the lead, I guess, for the first time. Kind of there late in the second quarter, and then kind of put the ball game away really there in the third quarter for the most part.
Yeah.
So that was definitely nice.
Yeah. The only thing that if you are watching, it was a tale. First of all, it's a tale of two halves. But the other thing that was maybe a little bit concerning is the amount of personal foul penalties in the second half, because it was a lot.
Yeah, that's something that you never want to see. I mean, you're going to get some of those things are going to happen accidentally. You're going to get a guy that's going to accidentally reach up and grab a face mask that you're going to get a personal foul, through one of those. But, you don't want to see any of them, and you sure don't want to see the dead ball personal fouls like we had a couple of tonight. Just losing your head, losing your cool, losing your temper a little bit. And that's something I'm sure that Coach Bashir will have some attention getters this week in practice to make sure and correct that before we travel across the county to play our rival, because those are kind of things in those ball games that can really hurt you.
Yeah, so is that a product of the youth that we've been talking about from each of the first 4 weeks, or what?
I don't think that's it. I think it's probably more of it's just a frustration thing. People get frustrated, or kids get frustrated and kind of lose their cool, lose their temper every now and then, and it's not there's really no excuse for it, and so I'm sure that's something that our coaches will definitely pay some definite attention to this week in practice.
All right, let's bring Josh Pratt on and get some statistics to help us kind of put this in context and see where we're at. All right. We'll start with the Hornets here. They finished with 18 first downs on the night, total of 346 yards through the air. Ryan Railing finished 9 of 17 for 177 yards. Receiving, Zach Eaton, 3 catches for 79 yards, and DeAndre Burns, 3 catches for 64 yards. On the ground, Caldwell had 45 rush attempts for 169 yards. Leading the way there was Jamar Hewitt with 14 carries for 100 yards and 1 touchdown. Dontavian Johnson also had 8 carries for 28 yards and 3 scores. Malachi Jones also carried the ball 7 times for 31 yards. For the Yeomen, 20 first downs on the night, 356 total yards of offense. Through the air, Zane Zeinert was 13 of 24 with the 4 touchdowns. On the receiving end, Jaden Sanchez, 5 catches for 92 yards and a score. Zachorian Spikes, 2 catches, 61 yards and 2 touchdowns. Fabian Bynum, 2 catches, 46 yards and a score. And Kason Goolsby came in with 3 catches for 39 yards. On the ground, the Yeomen had a little bit more productive second half, carrying the ball total 28 times for 109 yards. Fabian Bynum finished with 13 carries, 66 yards, and 2 scores. Farrell Hempfield, 3 carries for 21 yards. Zane Zeinert, 5 carries for 13 yards. And Keyshawn Johnson had a score, 4 carries, 2 yards to wrap up the stats.
Excellent stuff. All right, biggest thing for me in those numbers